Greetings to all. Welcome to 2022. Omicron is on the run, and away it went. But oops, there goes gravity, and here comes a new variant. Omaha, Corona, Hut 1, Hut 2, nothing infects the Super Bowl, and nothing stops football.
Racism, greed, trauma to brain and spine. And yet, I cannot look away. Heroes are dead. Science has their heads. Oh, is there no escape from here? I need to know. It eats my soul. Nothing stops the NFL. Is this heaven or hell? I can't tell. It's human cockfighting. CTE, prayer circles. They blackballed the black baller. They tried to end racism by stenciling it in the end zone. Billionaire boys using millionaires as toys. It's all immoral, all unethical. Ooh, the witching hour. Nothing stops the NFL. Is this heaven or hell? I can't tell. It's Urban and Snyder and Flores and Gruden, but Kyler, but Kelce, but Cooper, but Canty. It's cheating and tanking and bounties and banking, but parlays, but face paint, but promo, but innings.
Chris, I'm having trouble reining in your father because he's like super, super cantankerous, okay? He just said, boy, that was a stinker for the NFL. He's ripping the Walter Payton Man of the Year. And it's all because the party doesn't have beer yet. Like, he's mad. He's mad. He's been stomping around, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He was promised a party with beer, and he got here, and there were some chicken wings, and there were some other things. But he's like, what is this? Is this a watch-along party, or is this a symposium?
He was promised none of that. I don't know what he thinks he was promised.
Well, it was called a watch party. If I'm invited to something with the word party in it, and it doesn't have...
Called a watch-along. There's delicious food out there for you.
I had some of it. It's very good.
Literally says on the screen, watch along.
Well, what is the distinction? Because when he saw watch along on the screen, he did say, okay, you know what? My bad. It's not a watch party. It's a watch along. Right. And I got to be honest, I thought those were the same thing. Like, I was really surprised to see him say, well, if it's a watch along, that's a totally different thing.
Well, it's not totally different. It does take some of the shine off of it, you know, for me, because party means you got to have beer for Greg Cody.
We have aired there. Why are you ripping the Walter Payton Man of the Year?
Okay, I'm not ripping it, and God bless Walter Payton and his memory and legacy, but I'm ripping the NFL for advertising this off-field award as the NFL's most prestigious award. No, it isn't. The NFL MVP is a bigger award, right? I mean, winning a Super Bowl is a bigger award. God bless the men who have won the NFL Man of the Year because they did great off-field work, community work. Just don't call it the most prestigious award. I don't think even the men who have won that award think of it as the most prestigious award. That's all I'm saying.
It's like the Medal of Freedom.
Well, if you say so.
Okay.
I mean, what's his name? Lionel Messi wins the Medal of Freedom. Medal of Freedom doesn't
Freeman.
even show
Morgan
up for the
Freeman.
award. How about that? He had too busy. 19 people win the Medal of Freedom. 18 show up for the award. Lionel Messi's, doing God knows what.
He needs
God
his
knows
beer.
where.
I'm telling you, somebody's got to go get some beer because
I don't think so, actually. I'm all for making it a Miller time, but Greg's cooking. Let's keep him like this. Cantankerous Greg.
And again, that's not that's not a negative on the NFL Man of the Year. The MOY, the Moy. It's a great award.
I don't think it's called the Moy.
Yeah, Man of the Year.
And it's called the Walter Payton.
It's not the Moy. The Moy is not what it's called.
WP Moy. for short. But it's a good award. Nobody on earth can name who won it 2 years ago, but it's such a prestigious award. Okay.
Can we shut it down? We're not getting any better than this.
That's all I'm saying.
Finally, someone had the guts to say it.
Yes, I'm not trying to be negative here.
We just start. If you do not get him beer soon, he's going to descend into just I don't know what, ripping the league in a way that's going to get everything yanked.
No beer. No beer for Greg Cody. This is great.
Well,
You're doing great.
This is my drinking time. Early evening Sunday. You kidding me? Baby. But I'm fine. I'm good. It's all good. Bad first game, though. What a launch for Championship Sunday.
I mean, we had close to 80 points. It was fun. I mean, we had the longest second down in NFL history. We had a threat from Sean Hockley that I've never heard over an open mic.
Yeah, Hockley. I tell you, I'm so against nepotism. But seriously, whatever happened to Ed Hockley? 1 minute, he's ripped. He's got these bulging biceps.
He
and
retired.
The next minute,
He retired.
his child is replacing him.
He retired.
Oh, did he retire? Thank God he's still with us. I thought he died and I missed it. I would have owned a fine. Venmo would have gotten more money from me. But thank God he's still alive.
I didn't think the game was as bad as you did. I enjoyed learning that Larry Izzo was the special teams coach for Washington when they faked a punt out of nowhere. I do enjoy watching the Eagles just ground people into hamburger with Saquon Barkley. First play of the game, Saquon Barkley is going to do that. We can talk about that game and the game upcoming, but the thing that I wanted to talk to Cody about and the rest of you, did the Cowboys try to sneak a head coach past us, like with a news dump on Friday? Like, did they just say out of the corner of their mouth, Schottenheimer, and then say the games will cover this up and nobody will talk about this on Monday, right? Like that we just did they try an old-fashioned news dump on Friday with their head coach?
Did you see what Jerry Jones actually said? He's like, nobody's seen Brian Schottenheimer as a head coach. Guess what? He's ours. Everybody's like, wait, what?
He said people think of him as an assistant. He's no assistant now, except my administrative assistant. They tried to sneak one past us.
I guess they did, and normally it would be the opposite, right? Normally Jerry Jones would want the biggest stage, the biggest microphone, the most time alone to make his great announcement, and this time they did sort of bury it.
Tell me that you guys enjoyed learning, as I did during that game, that there are 7 referees available in case there's a scrum. If a melee breaks out,
Mealy.
If a melee breaks out, there are 7 referees on call to do what? To get knocked over? Those teams were just fighting, right?
So I'm just learning this. There are 7 referees that if a melee happens, they just come in and start separating people and they're not wearing pads?
7 scrum referees is what Pereira was saying.
Wow.
In the event of a mala.
Are they in uniform? These guys, they're
I don't
waiting in
know.
the shadows
I
in
don't know.
uniform?
I was learning that for this game, you have an assortment of 7 referees because at one point, A.J. Brown and Lattimore were just fighting, and others wanted to fight. Washington was dumb. Washington did dumb things in that game.
I mean, I kind of was down with them just getting off sides because the positives outweighed the negatives because we're just moving it inches. I've never that has to be the most one individual player has been flagged on one down in NFL history.
That's what you were saying. I was walking in, and that's what I heard as the ringing assessment for that game. You asking, what's the record for a player jumping off sides?
Never before has a referee threatened to allow a score in the game. We have warned the other side we will allow a score if they keep this up. I'm pretty sure he just made up that rule.
I've always wondered, like, what is the actual recourse from the officials? I learned that they could actually just decide, you know what, touchdown, because in events where the time is more important than the actual down, I've always maintained just DPI every play in crucial situations, but now apparently the officials can just impose their tariffs.
Who gets the score in that? Like, who gets that? Is it a Jalen Hurts? Is he like, oh, that's me?
In fantasy,
in anything,
like, who
in
gets
gambling,
the credit who gets the credit for the referees just deciding that it's a touchdown?
I had Sean Hockley anytime score plus $3 million.
Go back to that play, by the way. There is no such thing as a neutral zone there. Go back and look. They do not respect the neutral zone. There are helmets on top of helmets on top of helmets.
Do you guys feel silly saying tush push?
Yeah.
Not as much as brotherly shove. That sounds worse.
Well,
but I just do you
gotta outlaw that.
Am I
Kulonaga.
well, some other name. Tush. I mean, first of all, how old is the person who refers to it as a tush? It's always referring to a child, a toddler.
Well, you can't say butt push because you need it to rhyme.
Yeah, ass pass.
Heine, something.
Heine. You think Heine is a good deal better than tush, do you?
Derriere.
I mean,
What rhymes with derriere?
ass pass is the best that we've got as a group.
what's he going to pass? It's a rush.
All right, I'm just going to say it. Tom Brady stinks. He just stinks. Like, come on, get out of the way of my broadcast.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. I do find myself celebrating his mistakes.
It's
I've
the
never
voice.
never done this with a broadcaster
It's
before.
the annoying voice. And that's coming from me.
It's that his face isn't on the screen to smile you and charm you to death. It's what's
exactly
happening.
right.
It's just his voice, and so you're hearing him not be good. It's all there is. There's nothing else there other than this announcer's not very good. Who is this? Oh, it's the guy making $375 million to announce the games. I can hear him talking, and it sounds like he's eating his own teeth.
He constantly sounds like he's about to make a really profound statement and then just stops talking. And even KB just kind of stands there and is like, well, I thought something else was coming. There's just going to be some silence now.
He's a rookie. Give him a break. I think, and I'm not saying this as a bit, I think Tom Brady is maligned. I think he's being unfairly criticized by a lot of fans, by some media. He's learning his craft, quite frankly. And I don't think he's that bad. I think he's average. The problem is when Tom Brady does anything in his post-career, you expect whatever that post-career equivalent of Super Bowls every year to be, and he's got to grow into that.
If I may then, who's bad for you? If Tom Brady's not bad, then what is bad for you? Because I'm noticed at the very least, okay, and I would not say this very often on bad. At the very least, I'm not noticing that you're doing the game. That's sort of the worst assessment I'm supposed to give the broadcaster. That's bare minimum.
Right.
This broadcaster, the highest paid broadcaster, is getting in the way of me. Like, I'm being distracted by him not doing this right.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time we were listening on the way in, and there was a time that he kept talking even as the next play started. But again, I think he has to learn a whole new craft. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't pay much attention to the announcers, to be honest with you.
Neither do I. But the reason that I'm pointing this out is only because it's not even something that I've cared to pay attention to before. I'm noticing he's talking too much only because he's the only one who does it. Like, I wouldn't have noticed it before, but it's Broadcaster 101. All the other broadcasters are noticing this, and they're saying, that's wrong. That's the wrong way to do that. And I'm only noticing it because he's doing it wrong. Like I'm otherwise not paying attention to is a guy talking too much because they're never doing that. It's weird.
Gotta want to learn.
Yeah, I mean,
He does want to earn.
He does. He doesn't want to learn, wants to earn, but he's got a chance to learn. That's all I'm saying. And you know that they are schooling him. You know that they are giving him lessons and seminars.
He's running the Raiders.
I know that's a conflict.
Yeah, but
NFL should not allow that.
You can't do. How many things do you want this person to do well? He's running the Raiders.
Well, what percent of the team does he have?
Man, defending Brady, ripping the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. You are cooking, my friend.
I mean, when you say he's running the Raiders, come on now.
All of the reporting is that he hired Pete Carroll, that he's the guy running the Raiders. That's what Diana Rossini and others are saying. That's not us. Like, he's doing both jobs, and he can't do this one as well because of the ownership conflicts. He can't even be in some of the production meetings talking to the players because he's also an owner of a team.
Ridiculous.
Are you guys of the belief that somebody can do both of those things well at the same time? They seem like substantive jobs. Like, I think people think that Tom Brady's just showing up and doing the game and he's going to get better that way.
It's pretty obvious that he's not allowed to do what some of the other broadcasters do because he just comes in with scattering reports. He calls guys studs way too often and doesn't really have much insight into what's happening. When, Tony Romo and these guys, they actually went in and they get these in-depth talks with these guys, and they seem like they're, predicting the future. Tom Brady doesn't get any insight.
Yeah, but the insight doesn't have to be first person and hands-on. It can be a producer feeding him interesting anecdotes to say or something like that. But the problem here begins with the NFL. You can't allow a part owner to be on a broadcast team. It's a blatant conflict.
The ball
of
just
interest.
got kicked off. For those watching along with us and want to sync with us to make sure that we're locked in. That's rule 101 of a watch along.
Yep,
that's right. So give us all the rules of the watch along, Mike. Thank you.
Because try not to give play-by-play. React afterwards. Even though, come on, no one's really going to hold you to it. Don't play actual game audio. Don't play any clips from the exclusive broadcast, and constantly tell the audience. Well, occasionally tell the audience where you are. Right now, our clocks are synced at 15 minutes left in the first quarter. Yep. Josh Allen lining up under center, checking out the defense.
We're scoreless.
And he's about to take the.
I will say it when he hikes
snap,
it, just so people can know, like the hike.
Make the sound. You can make your
hut
right
there. First
is.
play.
Well done, Chris.
Thank you.
Great hike.
Excellent work. Do you want to do it again? Perhaps we should
every play?
No, just a second time so that everybody can get right and synced up. So that because we get a lot of complaints with this. So you want to get exactly synced up.
Right now the clock
people.
is running 44, 43, 42,
Well, hold on. The way we do it at the
41.
MMA Hangout is you got to give the full amount of time. So it's 14, 41, 39, 38. So people know kind of where
you
they're
were
at.
just behind. It's 35, 34, 33, 32, 31.
We're nailing this. This is so exciting.
Which part?
Just the game.
The game is happening. That Josh Allen has a 2nd and 6.
Most watch-alongs also lean into silence. Ready?
boy.
That's not going to be us.
All Chiefs.
Almost a pick there for people that are watching along.
Clock stopped at 14:17.
Oh, none of the teams that remain coming into today had turned the ball over at all in the postseason. He's got fewer turnovers than anybody, and that was a terrible throw.
It was awful. What do you think about asshole Dan Snyder reportedly being thrilled or hating that the Commanders did as well as they did? So he's got to be the guy happy with the first game's result today. That guy, he just doesn't want to mend his reputation at all.
Dan, even you thought that was going to be asshole Dan Le Batard,
That
right?
came out of nowhere. That I was not expecting him to go. Jesus Christ.
A second pick almost thrown by Josh Allen there.
After an unreal escape in the pocket.
2 throws, almost 3 interceptions somehow.
To
in
the
those
same
2
guy.
throws.
That is going to go in the stats as Josh Allen started the game with 3 interceptable passes, even though he'd only thrown the ball twice.
Cook, what are you doing, buddy?
Oh, my God.
That is
second one.
unbelievable. I'm pretty sure, we've got more Chiefs having touched the football than Bills by a factor of 3.
Yeah, I think the one offensive play was just a Josh Allen rush.
Got the over on that, by the way.
One of my favorite things my dad does watching a football game, anytime there's a punt, as the ball contacts the kicker's foot, he says punt.
In all of sports, it's the only sound where something happening actually is verified by that word punt.
Chris, tell me more about this. So
How are we just learning
My
this?
entire life, anytime there's a punt, you have to catch it. He'll say it low. Punt.
but wait,
He says that it's the only
is
word
it on
it's-
the snap? Is it when the
No.
ball meets the foot?
As
ball
the
meets
ball
the
is
foot.
being punted.
And
Punt.
it has to be breathy
Because he's
like
always
this.
claimed that the word punt actually sounds like what you hear.
So it's
when punted.
onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia.
There
A
you
word,
go.
a word that sounds like what it is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oligotopia.
What?
Nothing.
No beer. No beer for you.
No, that's after a beer. I'm oligotopia.
So every time since when, Chris, in your childhood, has your father said punt gently under his breath upon the ball meeting the punter's foot?
As far as I can remember back, I honestly I predicted it. Like as the punt was happening, I was watching him and I heard it.
Was this something that he announced to you that he does, or you just had to pick it up as you were a kid and like at 10 years old, you're like, do you do this every time?
He always did it, and I finally asked, 10 years in, what are you doing? And he explained, it's because it sounds like punt.
It does. There's no analogy to that. Like when a golfer putts the ball, you can't make a sound that sounds like a putt, but with a punt, yes.
Hollywood Brown getting involved early.
And we
I'm
had
on
some
the,
buffering, so we are now at 13, 17, 16, 15, just to get everyone going.
I'm on a Hollywood Brown will catch a long touchdown SGP. You don't just do like the Hollywood Brown touchdown. It's
got to be the long one.
It's got to be the long one. That's how he gets down. So you have longest reception over, Mahomes' longest completion over, and anytime touchdown.
Sprinkle in a little Noah Gray, by the way, anytime touchdown.
Why did you say it like that?
Because you got to sprinkle it in.
So you're whispering it
Yeah,
to
it's
us?
because like Noah Gray, the second tight end. You're like,
Second tight end, do a little something.
Anytime you're betting a game, there's always a sprinkle involved at the end.
Always.
You make your
I got a
solid
little
bets, and then a
Ray
little
Dav-
sprinkle at the end.
Ray Davis first touchdown.
A little. Who?
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis. I have the opposite of a sprinkle
Ray
on
Davies
James
in the
Cook
Kings.
touchdown.
I also have one of those.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I've come to find.
You got to earn the nickname Hollywood, by the way. Come on. What's he done to earn that?
He was born in Hollywood.
He's from
Florida.
Hollywood, yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
from Hollywood.
All right. Dispensation. Go 954.
Greg Cody lived in Hollywood,
Yeah,
Florida.
right.
growing
I
up.
did.
Hollywood
West
Cody.
That's where I was born.
1440, Pebble Drive.
Hollywood Cody.
Yeah.
Hollywood Cody and his son. What was he going to name you? What were your parents?
Bamboo.
Reed? Something.
Bamboo
Bamboo
Reed.
Reed.
Bamboo Reed. Hollywood Cody and his son Bamboo Reed. How about Greg Cody taking out Dan Snyder out of nowhere?
Well, the first game just ended, and he's the only guy associated with Washington who's happy about that result. Can you imagine a former owner of a club being just outwardly thrilled, hating that the club is doing poorly?
I
It's just-
didn't find that surprising, and even though I love Don Van Natta and Seth Wickersham, on the reporting that they do on stories, that stuff was pretty just rumory and secondhand sources, confidential sources, and to give us a story that was probably true and not surprising, not surprising
Right.
at all, but mean, bitter guy, mad.
Right.
Matt's team is having incredible success.
The whole story being you didn't win any playoff games when you were there. It's your childhood dream and stuff. And then as soon as you leave, they're great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Incredible quarterback, rookie.
They're even really good at signing free agents now.
If there was nothing to the story, it's
Go,
Dan
boy, go.
Van Natta.
Go.
Time update right now. We are frozen at 10:54 here in the
Yes,
studio.
we're buffering.
Hopefully you are too.
Go.
oh, we were
Go!
we were we were buffering in the middle of the play.
47,
Why do we feel the-
46,
why do we feel the need to
45,
tell these receivers that
44,
they have to go?
43.
Because I got him.
We know they know
a
they
little
have to
sprinkle,
go.
a little
But
sprinkle
I
on a
want-
first touchdown. For
But I want
Juju
everyone
Smith-Schuster.
else to know that I need him to go. Yeah, that's why this is a watch along.
What first touchdowns do you guys
I got
have?
Noah Gray. I got Ray Davis. I got Juju Smith-Schuster. I have DeAndre Hopkins.
At some point, it's not a sprinkle if you have everyone.
It is a sprinkle.
Welcome back, by
lot
the
of
way,
toppings.
Tony.
Thank you,
Hey,
Dan. I've had a lot
ladder.
of things to say over a month. I'm going to save it for when I come back. Okay.
You're not officially back.
I'm not officially back.
Teasing what he has to say.
Congratulations on your
Thank you.
dadhood.
Is
Yeah,
it child?
Congrats.
It is go. I got him too.
We buried the lead. We announced to the audience all about your child on an 8-yard Chiefs run in the first quarter, 10 minutes and 4 seconds.
Well,
left
no,
in
I
the game.
heard about my daughter being born on a post-game show that hit my phone where Billy said that I would want some sort of hero's welcome on return to the show because I once did want some sort of welcome the first time, which got buried. No biggie. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
The
Billy,
24 hour
Billy
thing,
was
yeah.
not supportive of a big celebration of your return.
I don't want a celebration. The celebration is for Jenny, my wife, who was incredible.
Congratulations.
Good job, Jenny.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Jenny.
She texted me, by the way, I don't like football, but I think it's growing on me. This Mahomes and Allen combo, very exciting. It's palpable.
Wow.
She said that? It's
yeah,
palpable?
she just texted me that.
You got a good one.
Thank you, sir.
It's palpable. You could feel that the first couple of throws Josh Allen made are just disaster throws.
Real flat start here for Buffalo.
Yeah, it's all Chiefs.
I just love the idea of Tony's wife at home watching this and it's just like hitting her.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's like, I get it.
These teams since
There you go, Tony.
that's a
Congratulations on Kareem Hunt.
I made $11.
Little sprinkle.
Does a push-up in the end zone.
the
Look at me.
you guys saw the stats since week 11. These two teams, 35 touchdowns, 1 turnover between them. 1 turnover since week 11 between the two teams.
And Josh Allen almost had 3 in the first
that's
round.
correct. Yes, that's correct. The turnovers, Chiefs haven't had a turnover in 70 days.
Crazy. The good get better.
How does it work with a place kick? Do we also say punt?
No.
What do we say here?
I don't say anything.
Nothing? Okay,
Kick.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It just doesn't work the same.
Have you guys noticed this? Harrison Butker falls during every kick. Did he always do that?
I don't remember him doing it, but now he does it all the time. and
Every
it's-
kick he
it's
falls.
weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I
unusual.
never noticed that.
It is unusual.
Keep an eye out there.
What?
Keep an eye out there.
Come again?
Shaking off the rug.
Look,
Keep an eye out there.
Everyone knows
Babe.
that when you come back after 2 and 3 weeks off, it can be tough. It can
That's
be-
why I'm soft launching here on the Watchalong. See, I was here. The MMA Hangout obviously did incredible numbers. Thank you for everybody who watched that.
That is how Chris Cody watches Tom Brady, by the way. When Brady has any stumble, like Chris is right. Oh, Saquon Barkley, huh? Barkley, is it?
I'm the jerk, right, on being that harsh on Brady. People just like him, right? Like he's a winner, and they want him to win.
No one likes him in this role. Like there's internet consensus on this, which I think I'm with Greg. I think it's a little overblown. I understand Greg Olsen was better. I understand that Fox is kind of struggling to make these games feel as big as CBS does for whatever reason, and that just goes beyond the teams that are playing.
It's overblown to me in the regular season. You get to the playoffs and you might be the only game, and you're definitely the only game on here. Yeah, every mistake's going to shine through, especially when you've had the whole season to try to get better at this.
Yeah, but in the entire country, how many people are not watching the game that they otherwise would watch because they don't like Tom Brady? I would gather that number is less than 100.
They're not changing
nationwide.
ratings. I just think they're sitting there mocking him while they're at home and saying, this guy's terrible at this.
Or turning the sound off. But the point is, your viewing habits, I don't think, change based on
This is-
whether or not you love the announcing team or
This
know.
this is the part though that I really do just enjoy about what you're presently watching in the position. Everyone listening to this would say, how much of a difference between you watching the game or not watching the game because Brady is or isn't doing it? Everyone listening. I'm guessing there's not much change. Yet the amount that they're paying to simply have his brand associate with what they're doing, even though he's distractingly bad at it, it's an interesting thing to see sitting in that kind of payment atop what's supposed to be meritocracy. Like, he's gotten to the top of the sport because of what he did on the field, and the job he presently has pays him more than that job did, even though he's terrible at it and not likely to improve very much.
Well, he also just started a media company, so I think he's great. Also, Tom Brady will be calling the Super Bowl this year. NBC and Fox flipped their broadcast years because of the Olympics. So Tom Brady will get an opportunity to call the biggest game that there is, and no one's going to boycott it because we love the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Do you guys find the part interesting, though, about the amount of payment given for when I can probably say it's not adding a viewer, to your telecast. And you can argue about it whether it's a viewer or not, but you're not losing or getting viewers because of who it is the broadcaster on that game, I don't think.
Well, he's already been around the sport for so long. You're not bringing in new people. You've gotten way more new viewers from Taylor Swift showing up at games than you have from Tom Brady broadcasting.
I think you're paying for stardom, star power, not not quality. And I would liken it to a network hiring a host for the Oscar Awards or the Emmys. You know, you're hiring the star power and the name, the drawing power, more than are they actually going to be good at announcing the awards. I think that's far secondary.
$2.
Five.
Put that on my Venmo.
No,
Is it $5?
We're not putting it on your Venmo. Have you gotten the Venmo installed yet?
I'm working on it.
Working on
You
it.
know, the installation,
Greg.
it doesn't happen overnight. I
Greg,
got to
it
call a
does.
mechanic. I got to get all kind of things going on to install
It's
this.
the easiest thing, Greg. It's
Yeah,
the
my wife says she's on it.
Put that on my Venmo is not a phrase that means anything.
It's like a tab. It's not a tab.
Like I
Greg.
said before, I'm down 1-800 Venmo. Nothing happens. I'm doing my due diligence. I'm trying to get there.
Let's bring in Mina for some real expertise, for some real guidance, for some real professionalism. She thought Brady would be great at that job, and it's one of the few times she's been spectacularly wrong.
Let's talk about this game.
Yeah, I heard him saying meritocracy. I was like, what is he talking about? And I just realized that you were talking about Brady. Yeah, not great. Definitely an L for me. I'm surprised you took this long to point out that Pablo and I were spectacularly wrong about that, by the way.
I expect it to change, and I didn't think he'd continue to be distracting. But we can talk about this game because it started exactly the way that the Bills did not want for this to start.
Yeah, we spent like this entire year, the entire week talking about Josh Allen. He's so mature. He's a changed man. He definitely wasn't thinking about lateraling it at the goal line last week. And he came out and tried to turn the ball over twice. Actually, they should have been intercepted. Like, he should have had 3 interceptions.
Many are saying.
Got bobbled. And then, let's see what he does here. Okay. The Chiefs offense, I mean, they just RPO'd them over and over and over and went at the middle of the field, which is exactly what you want to do against Buffalo.
We are at 8 minutes and 15 seconds now.
In the picture-in-picture, you will see my father grazing in the eating area. My father has been caught in the wild. He is. It looks like from this angle, he's gotten into the cashews.
Oh, yeah.
My father does not know he's on the camera.
Good barbecue there. Why is he eating cashews?
Actually, high quality.
Beautiful side view.
Like, gripping.
Yeah.
Keep
Mount
him in the
Rushmore.
keep him in the lower corner, please, and no one tell him he's on the air. I would like it to be his only contribution to the show. Just
There's a rib bite. Nice.
Yeah.
With a napkin so he doesn't get the fingers dirty. Look at that.
Real pro.
Savvy vet.
I miss that. I miss when I used to pass him just eating Domino's like hours before highly questionable and hours after highly questionable. Nobody knew when the Domino's was there and how long it had been there. There we go, Buffalo.
He ripped LeBron for 7 years on the air, and then LeBron sent like 9 Blaze pizzas over, and my father just changed his tune. He bought him with 9 Blaze pizzas.
Do you remember how mad he used to get when you didn't mention, I think Domino's was the sponsor of Highly Questionable?
I don't know.
And he used to get mad at you for not mentioning it and for like not praising Domino's pizza. I don't know why. That's a vivid memory of mine. A little boot action. Ooh.
Oh, that's his. He loves
There
that
you
play.
go.
He got jacked up. He got
loves
jacked
that
up
play.
there.
Nobody does that play better than him.
That guy can eat a wing right there. He's eating it bones and all.
Who can eat a
We're talking
wing?
about the game,
Your
Dad.
dad. Papi can eat that wing and
That is more entertaining.
That's not the watch along we're talking about here, Greg.
That's the watch along I'm watching.
Can
I'm riveted.
Can someone tell him that he can sit down with a plate and stuff, or is he
Yeah,
just
he's
going
eating
to?
the
He's
wing
literally hovering
horizontally.
over the chicken wing tray, eating a chicken wing.
Better for digestion, Dan. You stand up, it goes down smoother.
Good use of napkin. I tell you, he's got it all going on right now.
Walk that off.
Have you guys ever seen George Karlaftis with his helmet off?
Yeah.
You probably could have stopped that sentence a few words earlier for some of these folks in the studio.
I want to quiz Tony right now to
He's
see
got
if
the
he
buzz.
was lying.
No, he's got the buzz cut. I know exactly what George Karlaftis
He
looks
looks exactly like if you took Tim Tebow and just did ×2 horizontally. Pull it up if you can. it literally looks like somebody just zoomed in on Tim Tebow.
So just like thick surface area, military head, just...
No, facially, he looks exactly like Tim Tebow.
You wouldn't even believe how accurate this is, Dan. And yes,
Thank
military
you.
head is also
Thank
correct.
you.
Just military surface area on the face. It's like a pit bull.
I called him Tim Tebow, and nobody got it for years. Oh, there you go. All right. Come on.
Mina, are you rooting for the Bills or just a good game?
I'm rooting for a good game because the first game was not super. I think I got out of hand pretty quickly. I mean, the Eagles are just so overwhelming talent-wise. There you go. See? Come on. Tim Tebow.
That's a good call.
Military
He
cut,
doesn't
though, right?
scramble.
It looks like if Tim Tebow had the mumps.
Yeah. I picked the Bills, so obviously I like being right, but I do think these teams are really evenly matched, and it also just feels like if the Bills don't do it this year, one, Allen goes to 0-4 against Chiefs, and it's kind of like a Sharapova-Serena thing where we can't really pretend it's a rivalry in the playoffs. I mean, oh no, oh god.
Oh, she's a little ahead of us. She's a little ahead of us. We got to get
We're at
synced.
5:08. Please hit pause for like a half second, Mina, so we can.
She's going to make a
And
sound
now,
before the rest
Just hit
of us.
pause and then play real quick.
I'm ahead of you?
Just
A
like
little
you're
bit, just like a
hair.
split second,
Just a hair.
yeah.
So
Just a
hit
second.
pause real quick and then play.
Pause,
Like,
count
right
to
away.
1 and then play.
Yeah.
Keystone
She's
Cops
not
here.
doing
I'll
anything.
just delay my reaction.
Yeah, that's good. That's
She
good.
is not doing
That never
anything.
works.
I'll tell you
Or-
exactly where we're at.
Spin zone, I could fake reactions to throw you off, and you could try to
She
guess what
loves this.
happened.
Look at how
41.
sinister
You're only
she
going to have
is.
a
40,
second to work with.
39.
This will be a real
38,
test of my acting
37.
abilities.
She's gonna do
Can I
it, though.
sell you on
No,
something
she's gonna be-
happening?
she's going to be ahead of us. She's going to be ahead of us.
Papi's back to the bridgements. He's off the ribs and he's now to the nuts.
3-yard pass to Shakir.
Yeah.
Mina looked like someone
yeah.
died in the background.
So you're going to go for it here, right? You're going to go for it?
Nope.
You're not?
13, 12.
You don't have to delay your answers to
10.
Dan, just your reactions to the TV.
Oh, sorry.
Mina, what did you think of the first game?
Well, I think you got to start with the fact that it was probably Jalen Hurts' best game, arguably of the season, but certainly in weeks, and obviously he was injured as well. And I think for Eagles fans, that has to be encouraging because he has really felt like the weak link on a otherwise superstar team.
Kick.
And for him to play well again really makes them seem unstoppable.
Unstoppable even against these two?
No, not against these two, but I mean, the Commanders were just at every position just didn't really match them in talent. I felt offensive and defensive. I mean, which is a credit to Jaden Daniels. I feel like he, I didn't vote for him for MVP, but you could have made an argument for him in terms of like the team around him compared to the other quarterbacks. And I thought he played reasonably well too. So, but the Eagles are just they're just so loaded on both sides of the ball.
7-3 is our score. Tyler Bass just hit a 53-yard field goal. We are in commercial break.
Nice, Mike. That's what you do with a watch
Soothing.
along. Yes,
Very
it is.
professional.
I think we should have behind you some soothing music so that when you do that, a little soothing mic update just to get us professionally exactly where it is that we need to be in sync with the audience.
We should get the timing down. Did you do in sync on purpose?
Mina, anything to take from Washington losing other than that season is a wild success by any measure for them?
Yeah, I think watching them, it's pretty clear what they have to do this offseason, right? Especially on defense. You just got to get faster at linebacker. The Eagles just kept running to the perimeter, same way the Lions did. Frankly, they just didn't turn it over. And that's something that the Commanders have struggled with all year. They need cornerbacks, unfortunately. We'll see, Lattimore was coming off of the injury, but they obviously need cornerback depth, especially to hang with a team like Philadelphia. It's, you have a quarterback on a rookie contract. You have a number one receiver. You got good coaches in place. So it's actually, I feel like there's no way Washington fans can be anything but thrilled with how this, obviously they went way further than anyone expected, but also you have a very obvious mandate this season to improve the defense and just get more talented.
Mina, why is it that Vic Fangio worked in Philly and didn't work in Miami?
Oh, why did it work for him? I have a couple thoughts. One, I actually think the Fangio defense in Miami was better than it was given credit for, to be honest. They just dealt with tons of injuries. Obviously, they lost half their pass rush, but statistically, they were actually not that bad. So I would start there. It seemed like he just kind of butted heads with some of the veteran players, Jalen Ramsey. So I feel like sometimes getting to work with a mixture, the balance in Philadelphia of young players and then a couple of vets like Darius Slay, for example, it seems to be a good balance of youth and veteran players. But I mean, he's been fantastic for them. So I guess I don't think he failed in Miami, is all I'll say.
Mina, I love that you and Dominique are doing are doing live shows now, and you've got one coming in February.
Hey,
what is it? What is it that you like about doing those, and what information do we have to give the audience on what it is you'll do it, what you'll be doing, and who you'll be doing it with?
well, you know what I really like about doing these? I don't know if this has been your guys' experience, but sometimes when you only interact with your listeners and fans on the internet, you think that everybody hates you, or you lose sight of oh wait, actually we have a lot of amazing, awesome, normal, fun listeners. And then when you have these live shows, I'm sure you guys can attest to this as well. It really is driven home oh no, actually our fans and the people who listen to this are wonderful, and it's just really nice to see them face to face. I guess that's true of everything these days, right? If you actually see people face to face, you're reminded of the fact that people are actually not as bad as they seem. But so this is particularly exciting for me because we're doing it in Los Angeles with 100% of the proceeds are going to wildfire relief, which is something I've been kind of wanting to do since we talked, honestly, and I wasn't in my house, and just trying to think of ways to help. Omaha is matching 100% of the proceeds as well. I'm doing kind of 2 crossover pods. I'm having Greg Rosenthal and Jordan Rodriguez on. I'm having, that was Patrick Mahomes scrambling. I'm having Chris Ryan and Andy Greenwald from the Watchalong. There's going to be another surprise guest. So it'll be a really fun night. If you're in Los Angeles, please come out. I think it's gonna be really, really fun. It's obviously something I'm pretty excited about, and we got a really big theater, so please buy tickets if you're in Los Angeles. Also, you get merch.
I saw the disgust on your face, Mina, when Patrick Mahomes on 2nd and 10 ran for 11 yards. I'm tired of it too. I'm tired on 3rd and 5, he'll run for 6 yards. On 3rd and 7, he'll run for 8 yards. On 2nd and 9, he'll run for 9.5 yards. I'm tired of it.
There must be a stat for that. He has to lead all quarterbacks in NFL history in getting +1 yards needed for a first down, right?
That's for sure.
He must.
Winners are boring. They do exactly what they need to.
My father is shoveling food into his face in the eating area. He has not stopped since he got here. He's back into the cashews and chasing it with a Diet Coke.
I would give folks something to watch, though, when he does scramble like that. So the last time these teams played, he had 0 scrambles, which was crazy. It never happens in big games. The Bills are actually really good at deterring scrambling quarterbacks. You saw this in the last round. They do a 4-man rush where the linebacker, it's usually Milano, will sort of delay his rush and kind of hover to keep eyes on the quarterback. And Mahomes just outran him, it looked like there. But that's something to watch because it's actually been pretty effective for them this year.
Did someone just get a concussion from one of those inflated Lego helmets? Did one of those Lego helmets hit another player and he get concussed by a giant
inflicted
missile?
on him?
I mean, it seemed like it. It seemed like the giant Lego helmet inflicted a concussion is what it looked like. Also, in the middle of promoting what it is she's doing in February, you may have heard Mina Kimes utter a sound. Hollywood Brown was open down the field, 40 yards down the field. And the sound that Mina made is the sound people have made when the ball is 40 yards down the field for Hollywood Brown since he's been in the league.
Oh,
throw could have been
man.
Got his arm hit too.
Yeah. What do you hate Hollywood Brown?
Yeah, what's up with you?
This has been something
Dan is right. He had so many horrifying drops when he was in the Ravens. This used to drive me crazy, Dan. So you're absolutely right.
He had a bunch of adversity this season. Let him ease into it before you just remind him, hey, 3 years ago you dropped a lot.
All I'm saying is that when he's down the field, he's very likely to not catch the ball.
You had a very difficult injury. We're all rooting for you.
Hasn't earned the nickname.
Wait a minute, what are you doing?
I'm rooting on
What
my
a
SGP.
weird hill.
I'm now you're going to make me the world's preeminent Hollywood brown hater?
You did it yourself.
Yes.
How many cashews can one person eat?
It's amazing. He's always had a weakness for them. He will get that Costco bucket and it'll be in his car. It's a trough of cashews. Like it's
He must
just
be so thirsty.
It's just saturated.
That's what DC's for, though.
Have you guys also noticed the supporting players all of a sudden getting the urge to be around Papi?
His breath has smelled like cashews since
Where'd
I
all
was
those Eagles
9.
fans come from?
Who are these people?
There's Mally. That's Mally right there.
Go Birds.
He's just pounding cashews. He will not stop pounding cashews.
Why is Papi's camera like such high quality?
Can we ask Papi some questions? Can one of you guys bring Papi in here and just ask him, have him say hello to Mina, have him ask him some questions about how many cashews he's consumed. That is a concussion from the Lego helmet.
Yeesh.
Getting driven in the cart, too. Not good.
Who got concussed? Did you guys see?
47.
Benford, their best cornerback?
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Putting a seatbelt on him. What's up with
Yeah,
that?
his eyes look very glassy.
That's not good.
We were at 238 on the clock.
Mina, you're officially rooting for the Bills. I can feel it off of you.
No, I'm rooting for a close game. Him going out is extremely bad for Buffalo. They're already down on Taylor Rapp, safety.
So let me
for
Mina, I was
Brown.
thinking about this. You helped me with something here. Obviously, the mantle has been taken over from Tom Brady on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They know how to win. They've got some secret know how to win. The Bills historically do not.
Ooh. Oh, I forgot I'm ahead of you guys.
Oh,
By
told
a
you that
lot,
wouldn't work.
too. She's ahead of us by
I thought
a
you were
lot
acting.
now. She's
We're at
ahead of us by a
233.
lot.
You don't know. Maybe I am acting.
No.
30.
I think she's
29.
I feel like something's going to happen
28.
here.
Oh, there's a flag, though. There's a flag.
Wait a minute. Mina, you got to be careful with that gesture.
Yeah, what was that, Mina?
Your heart goes out to us.
Ah.
It can happen by mistake. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised nobody's made that joke about it in the
How is
football
she 10
context when there's a change
seconds
of possession.
How is she 10 seconds ahead of us? We will do no better in broadcasting than her making those kinds of play-by-play noises to things that have happened. Then we have to guess what just happened. Because if I had to guess based on the noise she was making, that's what I would have guessed. Mahomes has thrown the ball 20 yards backwards.
Offsides.
If you had to guess, it was going to be a penalty against the Chiefs' opponent.
Well, that's the thing, right? They've got the longest string of not being penalized more than their opponent in I don't know how many years, in like 30 years or something.
Yeah, I mean,
30 years?
Yeah, it's been like 30 years. No joke. It's I'm going to look it up for you. Yes.
That's impossible.
No, they've got the longest streak of not having as many penalties, thank you, as their opponent. Let me look it up. I've got it written down some here. You don't think it's possible?
I don't think it's possible.
All right, let me see.
As you guys look it up really quick, thanks to Zamora in the chat who just donated $50 and asked Mina a question. Said, Mina, if you could, given the opportunity, what position would you coach in the NFL?
Oh, coach.
Yes,
Huh.
coach. What position would you coach?
Special teams.
Wow.
A lot of great coaches
Odd
coming
answer.
from that position.
Special teams coaches always have cool nicknames, and also, I feel like if you're quirky, it's seen as an attribute.
For those watching along with us, our stream has frozen.
Buffering.
The
Also,
Chiefs.
special teams coaches, anything, sometimes something cool happens, they immediately go to the special teams coordinator and give him all the credit. Like if it's like a fake punt or, someone recovers a muffed punt because like a great tackle, they'll be like, ooh, like jackknife, Johnson over there really coached them up. I know.
It's a wrestler.
She did it
Jack
again
Knife
now.
Johnson.
Well,
Oh, here we go.
Just a
She's
quick
so
pause is
far
all we
ahead of
ask
us.
for,
She's
Mina.
So far
Well,
ahead
we
of
just
us.
caught up. For those just watching along with
No,
us,
we're behind.
43.
No, we're
42,
behind her. She's
41,
already seen something
40.
that's
Hey.
happened.
Lenny.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
defense.
the Chiefs, the stat is 11 playoff games without more penalties than their opponent. It's the longest streak in 30 years.
Oh, 11 playoff games. I thought you meant 30 years of entire
Hi,
season.
everybody.
Oh, Xavier
Oops.
Worthy stepped
Where's
outside.
Papi? Papi loves Lenny.
Let's check in with Papi here. Papi is in the other room. I'm told that Papi is mic'd up. Let's find out what Papi is up to in the other room. Let's have Mina say hello to Papi wherever it is that Papi
Can you
is
see
found.
Lenny?
I'm right here. I'm
Hi,
right
Lenny.
here. I'm watching. I'm
Papi.
watching.
Got a great shot of him.
That was
Yes, this is
my
good.
favorite play, a fumble.
Yes.
But the ref, they have to spoil it. They call it back on an offensive. What was that?
No,
An
Bill's
offside?
got the
hold on,
fumble.
another fumble.
Bill's got the
Man,
fumble.
Way behind.
Another fumble.
Bobby, put the microphone to your
Keep on fumbling.
Reds
That's the
give
name
up
of
the
the
ball.
game.
That is the name of the game, Bobby. Bobby, how many cashews have you eaten?
Oh, I got in, boy. That's the only thing I have done so far. Eat. There it is, another fumble.
No, that's the same
That's
one.
the same one.
Oh, that's the same
It
one.
looked just like the last one.
Oh, that one fooled me. I thought that was back-to-back fumbles. The best play in football.
Other than the punt.
The fumble is back.
All right.
The first turnover for the Chiefs since Week 11.
Yeah, that's
Fumble.
that's 70 days, no turnovers for the Chiefs. Papi, what are your thoughts on seeing Mina here? Are you seeing Mina? Say hello to Mina, Papi. You haven't seen
on
her.
the screen. I was in a room. Mina, how are you? Oh, look at there. Who is there? Oh, that's my guy.
What's the dog's name,
I don't know
Papi?
his name.
Lenny.
My guy.
Lenny's in
There he
business. Look at it. Lenny's in business. He's going to give you an analysis of the game right now. Lenny,
Served it up to him.
say something, Lenny.
Lenny,
Lenny,
he
say
threw it to
something.
you, Lenny. Come on,
You
Lenny.
gotta earn
Say
your
something,
keep.
Lenny.
What is Lenny wearing? He looks like a police dog with a badge.
Say something.
Say
something.
something.
Well,
Regular
Papi,
Tom Brady over there.
you threw it very well to Lenny. Unfortunately, he's not mic'd up, and as a dog, doesn't speak.
Lenny,
You'll be
you think-
surprised.
if you think that the Chiefs get all the calls, say nothing. Wow.
Oh, it's a fix? The Chiefs are getting all the gold. Mahomes is getting all the gold.
Honest.
I thought you asked if Lenny's fixed.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Papi, Mahomes is turds in Spanish. His name is not
Lenny was
Mahomes.
fixed late in
Nah.
life.
His name is not
Oh, good cut.
I knew that he was from some place. He's from Cuba, Mahomes.
He's
Patricio
not
Mahomes.
No,
Wow.
Papi, he's not Cuban, and Mahomes means turds in Spanish.
That would be great for us, by the way.
If our greatest quarterback was named turds in Spanish.
I mean, if it was a Cuban quarterback who's the best quarterback ever, I mean, that'd be big for us.
Great.
We had a hell of a quarterback this year, the Dolphins, right? What's his name? Tyler Huntley? Is that the guy?
Papi,
Yeah,
I don't.
that's the guy.
I don't think you want to give us your Dolphin thoughts.
Oh, no. I told you what I would do with Tua. Give him a bigger helmet. That's it.
All right, that's a hell of a joke, Dad.
I had to reach deep into my bag of tricks now.
He's giving us the good stuff.
Bobby and Greg Cody in rare form tonight.
Yeah, Bobby fueled by cashews.
All right, I think the Bills are
Mahomes.
going to score here. Come on.
We're
No
at,
spoiler.
we are at
The other
25.
guy, Josh Allen, he just got engaged, didn't he? I read someplace, no?
You're right.
That's nice, Poppy. That's good. Yes, there you are. You are there. That's right. Thank you, Poppy, for that.
Pulled out the big diamond ring, and he kneeled in front of his future bride, and that was a hell of a show, I tell you. I cried.
Really?
I don't believe you.
Shed some tears, huh?
Well, I'm the romantic type.
Triple zeros at Arrowhead.
I don't believe you.
Poppy, do you know who his fiance is?
No, it skips my mind. Is she Hollywood?
She's an actress.
Who?
It's an actress named Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, an actress, I see. Well, I mean, what can I tell you? Never heard of her, but that's okay. I'm the old-fashioned type. You know, I go with the old names, King Novak and Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Who is Kim Novak, Papi?
Kim Novak. Oh, yeah. You got to watch that movie, The Picnic. That's about the 70-year-old movie.
But you know Taylor Swift.
My father's pining after Kim Novak?
Poppy, you know who Taylor Swift is, right?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah, she's a singer. Yeah, I've heard about her.
Okay.
She's going out with one of the Kelce brothers, doesn't it? You see, I'm top of my game today, Dan. You cannot take any pot shots at me. I know what I'm saying.
Kim Novak's still with us, 91.
How about that?
I love how, and this is something I've always appreciated, Poppy. Your lust references are always age appropriate.
I was young back then. Back in 1951, I was a spring chicken.
We got beer for you, Cody. Miller Lite just came through the door. Get over there. Papi, tell us all your thoughts about Kim Novak.
Oh, that was quite a lady back in the 50s or 60s, whatever it was. I remember that movie, The Picnic, with rich guy Robert Mitchum. Was it the guy?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Is the offensive lineman Robert Meacham?
The old Saints receiver?
Nah.
Well, this is.
Goes, nah.
Oh, no, you're talking about Bob Greasy. That was a long time ago.
Bob Greasy is not a Saints receiver, Papi. What are you talking about?
You know, I thought that they were referring to the Dolphins back, the 72 Dolphins, the perfect season. No?
I've heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Oh, Kim Novak was in Vertigo. I knew that.
Oh, yeah, she was in Vertigo, too.
Papi, hold the microphone to your face.
Yeah, he was in Vertigo, too, but he was, she was well known for the Picnic. No, it was Robert Mitchum. I don't remember the guy named the actor's game.
It's all right. You know,
Him losing interest,
Papi,
like, I don't know.
Hold on, Papi. Can you tell us? I want me to hear the story that you're always telling people about Fred Dreyer, the old Rams defensive end.
Fred Dreyer. Oh, that guy. Oh, I tell you one thing. I was impressed. The guy used to play for, what was it, the Rams? Was a defensive end or an offensive? Yeah.
Yes.
And after his football career was over, he went on TV and he went into the business of selling salmons. You know, I guess he had a salmon product, a line of whatever. But the guy used to eat salmon. That's all the guy ate, you know, and he was in real good shape. His cholesterol level was in tip-top condition, and he was, all his vital signs, they were right on. And I said, oh, my God, this guy is going to live forever. And he used to go on TV, on national TV, and shows and advertise his products, you know. And one day I get up in the morning, and I look at the news, and the guy dropped dead. I said, how the hell this guy could drop dead? You know, he's such a healthy nut, you know. Well, that happened. So I stopped eating salmon. That's it. I don't need salmon anymore.
Let's clip
Get that out
Por
of
si
here.
acaso, no?
Let's
Por si
please-
acaso.
Let's push that clip out to show people what they're missing.
The
Josh
guy's
Allen, big ball. No! Knock it down.
No.
You're not supposed to knock it down if you're the receiver.
Oh, flag on the play.
William Holden was the name of the actor, by the way, not Robert Mitchum.
And the
Yeah,
movie
Ian
poster
Coleman
for this Picnic movie is fire.
Pivoted to playing defense there, like immediately, Mike.
Fred Dreyer had a television detective show that my father.
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yes.
And she has a lady partner. Her name was, what was her name? Mimi McCall or
Guys said
Dinny
that.
McCall, something like that.
My father's been told, what's happening back there? No, the offensive lineman is leaving.
Oh, you mean
That
my
was
baby?
Holding. That was Holding.
I meant, yes, I meant.
The offensive line.
Yes.
You see him walk by. You see how big he is.
Oh my God.
Small lineman.
Keeps getting bigger. That's how it works, actually. They keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
I've since learned.
1404.
There's Ray Davis.
Or 301.
All right, Papi, we'll check in with you in a little bit. Go ahead and hit those cashews. We got plenty of
Okay,
them for you.
I'm busy at work now.
right.
So I'll let you know when I'm available again.
Okay, nice seeing you. Nice seeing you. I've been hearing that for a while. And Fred Dreyer, he dropped dead. That's why I don't eat salmon.
It's a great story.
All right. 2nd and 6, 35-yard line. be like,
That's a tackle
shot?
right there.
No. Oh, we're caught up.
We're a
Yeah,
little ahead,
you
I
might
think.
be behind us
We're a
now.
little ahead.
We're a little
18.
Yeah,
ahead
you
of
just said
now.
that's a tackle right there
16.
when Justin Reed's about 2 yards away.
This is my favorite shot of Papi. Like, can we do all hits with Papi going forward from this shot?
Yes, that's a good shot. Just talk to him from the back as he runs a finger through his teeth to clean out the cashews that are in there.
Like the bad guy from Inspector Gadget.
Put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Do you run your hand through your teeth to clean out the cashews? He is running a thick sausage finger through his.
Hard to get it in there, It's tough.
But he's been shoveling a cornucopia of cashews into his face.
Okay, here comes
Way
the
to go,
pressure.
Josh.
Ooh,
Mina, on this is the thing in that league that's like for all the stats that we give. Do I fear you on 3rd and 9? This quarterback always it doesn't matter that you've got them in 3rd and 9 to me. My eyes might be lying to me. There are other people that are scarier in that situation. Is Mahomes scarier in that situation?
I actually think Mahomes is on third down for all of the foibles of Chiefs offense or the fact that it's not as explosive on 3rd down. He is as good as he's ever been. But Allen, I mean, what's so amazing about him in this game, even on that play, is just on 3rd down, the Chiefs dial up the craziest.
Okay, way to go, Josh. Way to hold on to that ball.
Now you're ahead of me. You are ahead of me.
You are at
48. 48. 7. 46. 45.
Let me
Greg
see that
Cody
again.
just shouted an oi from the Neil Rogers days.
Oi!
An old school
What a scoop.
1990s oi.
That is a really good play by Josh Allen to secure that fumble. Because the football, it's oblong.
Weird bounces.
Josh Allen could have 4 turnovers in this game already.
Well, that one's not his fault. Although, yeah, no.
I mean, he's the one that
pretty
dropped the
good.
ball.
And it was in his hand, and then it
wasn't
wasn't.
in his hand.
Yeah.
And now it's 3rd and 11, and I fear them. I fear him on 3rd and 11 more than I do Lamar Jackson. I fear him on 3rd and 11 more than I do any of the quarterbacks in the league. Surely you have statistics.
More
on
than
this.
Mahomes?
I mean, so you're telling me, and my eyes don't lie to me. I seem to think that every time on 3rd and 4 he gets the 5
That's
yards.
a seed.
I kind of hate what the sport has done to him. Where I loved it so much more when that team had explosive plays. Like Saquon Barkley probably has more 50-yard plays than their entire team this season, right?
Then the Chiefs, yeah. I mean,
Go!
damn.
There it is.
Let's go!
Wait, is this group officially rooting for the Bills?
No, we just had a little anytime tutty.
I'm rooting for the Bills.
I will reveal it.
I can't root for the Bills.
I want this for
my pick.
Buffalo. I want this for Josh Allen. I want this for that fan base. I want this for the Super Bowl. We saw Eagles Chiefs. Kadarius Toney isn't there to make it exciting anymore.
That throw, Josh Allen,
Yeah, it was
the
great.
last one that set that up, I'm just rewatching that,
Ridiculous.
was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Bullet.
just absolute seed into a tightest of windows.
Between what? Four guys? 3
Yeah.
guys?
That is where Kansas City is. Yeah, this is the kind of funny thing about the Bills is like they don't have like a number 1 wide receiver, but that kind of works in their favor against Kansas City because Kansas City has like one really, really good cornerback, Trent McDuffie, but it's not like he can shut down their best player, their A.J. Brown, their Nico Collins. So they're just throwing at everybody but Trent McDuffie right now.
Did anyone kill Fred Dryer?
My father did.
Papi did, yeah.
No, he's
still
alive.
with us.
Over
alive?
years, right? Dan, this is a story he's told over
Wait a
decades.
minute.
Does your dad have Venmo?
Is
That's
Fred
a $50
Dryer
fine.
still with us?
78 years old.
Spring chicken.
Wait a minute.
Let's go. Get
Let's
Papi back
go
on.
live to my father right now and get whatever information he's going to be stunned by this. Papi, can you hear me out there? He's fiddling with his
trying to turn
microphone.
the mic on. Someone help him,
There's
guys.
just an on and an off, Papi.
Look at everyone
It's
scurrying.
Come on, GQ.
A team of people are going running toward the Pat Riley
Wow.
statue.
Thanks for helping, Taylor.
Papi, I'm being told that Fred Dryer's still alive.
Nah, I don't believe that. My source tell me that he dropped dead a number of years ago. Check it out good.
Dad,
Check it good, guys.
Dad, you've been saying for years that Fred Dryer dropped dead jogging after eating some salmon, that he had a bad ticker, and it's not true.
Well, he had a bad ticker, okay?
Looks like we can
You cannot blame it on the salmon. That was bad salmon. That was a bad ticker.
Papi, we're having salmon for dinner now, it looks like.
Dad,
Oh, no, I stay away from salmon.
No, it's back on the menu.
Dad, he's not dead. Dad, you've been saying for years that Fred Dryer is
Google
dead.
the guy. You Google the guy. You will see what happened when you Google the guy.
Google them good.
Google
So
him.
this whole time you could have been eating salmon.
He's still eating salmon. I can't believe that.
It was the salmon he ate that died.
The salmon ate him.
Well, it's true.
You haven't said anything in 12 minutes. That's what you get in with?
Yes.
Mina, I was asking you before because I do find whatever this narrative is interesting. The Chiefs allegedly know how to win better than any team, any quarterback in the sport. Mahomes has 16 playoff wins already. It's ridiculous that he's already tied Joe Montana. Joe Montana played until he was 45. It's asinine that Mahomes knows how to win the way Brady knows how to win. The Bills do not know how to win. Their quarterback has never won. Their franchise never wins. The Bills are losers. They're known as losers. They lose. They get to the Super Bowl and they lose. They're not known as knowing how to win. What's any of that worth in this game?
I think you have to parse out what knowing how to win means to kind of explain the value of that. Like the Chiefs, when people say the Chiefs know how to win, for me, that's shorthand for the fact that they have brilliant coaches, Reed, Spagnuolo, brilliant quarterback who is excellent at situational football, and then two older, experienced players in Chris Jones and Travis Kelce, who also have seen everything and seem to play the best football in the playoffs. So the value of, if you kind of group all of that in as knowing how to win, then that's super valuable. I trust them a great deal. I trust the calmness of the quarterback in those moments. I think the Bills are the better football team, but I guess if we're kind of like cutting to what you're describing, which is sort of that experience and the reasons why it has come to be, then I think that it is worth a lot for Kansas City.
The reason I bring it up is because when I think of the margin for error here and what these things are, and I watch the Bills fumble the ball, they lead here 10-7, but just by happenstance, they could have given the ball away 2 or 3 times already, and this could have snowballed on them. I'm expecting McDermott to do something that he shouldn't do.
He's been really good at game management this year, though, Dan. I think an sort of underrated story or aspect of the Bills' season, getting in the 2 seed and whatnot, is his timeout management, his aggression on 4th down. We always talk about quarterbacks and players getting better, but coaches can get better too. And he's been there a really long time, and I think he is much better at managing the game than he was earlier in his career.
Even last week? Against the Ravens?
Last week?
Yeah. I mean, there was some decision-making there at the end that was a little curious. He got away with it because Mark Andrews dropped the ball.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah. Right, the field, you mean...
Yeah, kicking.
The conservatism at the end there. Yeah, I don't know. That one I felt like you could go either way. I didn't feel super strongly about that one, to be honest. But you're right. I also think the Bills would have won, by the way, even if Mark Andrews had caught that ball.
How do you do this, though, as somebody who likes the math of the game? And when the math tells, you could go either way there. You could kick the field goal and make it 8, and the worst that can happen is that you get tied. Or, is that a fumble? No.
No, it's just a great run stuff.
So they're going to go for it here?
Before that, we have a huge update. I think we got clarification on why Papi thinks Fred Dryer died.
Yeah, Charles Hallahan in 1997. Charles Hallahan died of a heart attack while driving his car in Los Angeles. Now, Charles Hallahan, known for playing Fred Dryer's boss on the long-running TV series Hunter. So in the 90s, Fred Dryer's boss on a TV show dies of a heart attack in real life. Papi thinks it's Fred Dryer.
And
30 years
salmon.
past, here we are.
Where did the salmon come from in this story, though?
Fred Dryer was indeed a health nut and cut out red meat at the very
but
least.
it's kept him healthy. My father has protested any diets and any salmon because it killed Fred Dreyer. When Fred Dreyer's 78 and perfectly healthy, it's his boss that died.
Apparently, eating salmon will kill your boss.
Right. He was eating salmon in the car, causing the heart attack. That's what happened. I was there. I tried to grab the wheel. I couldn't get to it in time.
Dead salmon, right?
You shouldn't believe everything you read in the papers now on national TV. You got to double check
Wow. Papi's
Papi-
saying it's a fishy story.
it. That's right. It's a fishy story. If that's true, I'm back on salmons. I don't think that I'll be back on salmons.
Papi, you owe $50 Venmo fine bucket for killing somebody on the show who was not dead. I'm sorry. Those chicken wings,
Dan,
everything you ate, you owe $50.
You asked about fourth down. Here we
They're
go.
going for
Own
it.
territory, 4th and 1.
Here we go. Mina's sound will tell you whether or not the
fourth
Chiefs.
down. I think
we're ahead
They're
now.
going to try and get him to jump. No.
Wait, I think. Wait, are we?
Oh, there it is. Yes, of course. That will happen for the remainder of our lives. Patrick Mahomes, at 74 years old, will be trailing a dialysis machine, and on 4th and 1, he will bootleg for 2 yards.
Have you ever seen that? It was a tweet that said he always runs like he's holding a beer in each hand. Trying not to spill
That's
it.
great.
Have you noticed, like I have, that he has aged in a way that his athleticism makes it feel like he is falling rust pieces as he runs now in a way that was different from when he was running 5 years ago?
He's always been kind of an ungraceful runner. I feel like there's a way that my 16-month-old runs where I know he's got poop in his diaper, and it looks a lot like Patrick Mahomes converting a first down.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Does Patrick Mahomes run like he's got poop in his diaper?
But the fourth down thing, I mean, like, just look, think about what just happened. They're in their own territory. It's the first half. They're only down 10-7. If that had happened 5 years ago, I can't hear the announcers because I have it muted right now. People would be losing their minds at a team going for it in that situation.
I mean,
right?
the way Dan Quinn plays makes me laugh about how we were talking about it. It had to be like 7 years ago. We were going to John Gruden and saying, hey, the math suggests you guys should be going for it more on 4th down. Yeah. And his response was, what do those math guys know about my gut? My gut knows when to go for it on 4th down.
Can I tell you something that I think people don't know? Someone who works for Dan Quinn in game management. Guy used to work for Brandon Staley.
Uh-oh.
With Chargers.
Yes.
Oh my Notoriously bad.
The nerds are just they're everywhere. We've taken over. It's the war is over.
Mina, at what point do you stop announcing your child's age by month? Because I feel like 16-month rolls off the tongue fine, but when it's 17 or 9, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right.
This is the craziest thing about having a kid is when people used to say that to me, it was like people talking to me in Chinese. And now somebody could be talking about the difference between a 14-month and 18-month, and I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, milestones, got it, on track. Don't wear that size. It's so bizarre.
I just turned 840 months old. What do you think of that?
That's the quickest he's ever used his cell phone, by the way.
No, that was right at the, coming out of the noggin there.
Ooh, get him.
In Scranton.
We are once again behind Mina because we had a lag issue. So we're at 6:02:01 even.
I'm at 5:54, 5:53. What do you want? Here.
Congratulations, Greg Cody. You finally have your Miller Lite.
He's trying to
you
hide
don't
it,
have
like,
to
under
hide
the
it.
table.
You can have it. You don't have to hide it.
Oh my God.
Proud sponsor.
I'm just trying to
Hold it proud, Greg.
trying to hide the beautiful sound of the can.
No, we
opening.
encourage that sound.
I don't know why you would hide that. It would have sounded great on the air.
Fireside conversation.
You can
Next time,
Look
next
there.
one, I'll give you that sound.
Now it's a watch party.
End off on the RPO.
Already getting the next one going.
Oh.
Well, once he gets going here.
Get out, boy. Go. Go.
Wait till you watch what this flume looks like when he gets into the 8 and 12 beer range.
Oh, come on now.
That's where the good shit happens.
That's ridiculous.
It's,
Ridiculous.
I want to hear each one of them crack every time because he can funnel
Cracking it.
down. I got two friends who can drink beer this way. Only two, and he's outlived the other one.
There's Tim Tebow. Hey, bud.
There he is. You're absolutely right.
I heard he fed you. You're being so annoying. Did I feed him?
Is that
I
baby
hope
or
you're talking
dog?
about
Are
the
you
dog.
sure?
Yeah.
You don't know?
Dog.
You don't? Are you sure? Did you feed
It's her
him?
husband.
It's my dog, and he has actually manipulated me into thinking I haven't fed him when I fed him before, and I'm losing my mind.
We're buffering
No, I
again.
fed you. I fed you.
Is he smart enough to trick you?
Yes, absolutely.
He can fool you into thinking perhaps you didn't feed me. You're not totally sure, are you? Wouldn't you check the garbage can there to know whether or not you'd fed him?
It's a good point. I could just go look and see in the can. His bedtime used to be, or his dinner time used to be 6 p.m. and now it's 4 p.m., which means he gets fed at 3:30.
Does Lenny have any discipline in his life?
He has discipline. I don't have discipline. He has successfully manipulated me into moving. The ultimate goal is 3 meals instead of 2. Yeah, why? All right, 3rd and 4. Let's find out if he blitz.
You know what happens here. You know what happens here. It's what always happens here. This is what they've been doing for 4 years.
Oh, there's a flag. Hold on.
The worthy thing is funny because we got a flag. Like when he was drafted, everybody was like fastest man in the draft, and I think in the first game he hit him for a bomb downfield, and then it was like they had so many misses, and then about halfway through the season they just turned him into like a gadget quick out guy versus man coverage usually, and he's just become
15-yard penalty. Their face mask.
Mike wants to. We were arguing on Friday about their skill guys because I think their wide receivers are the worst remaining among the 4 teams that were in the playoffs here, and he was selling Hollywood Brown. But I think of the Chiefs as being sort of the opposite of the Eagles. The Eagles, their worst skill guy is Jalen Hurts. Their worst skill guy is the quarterback. The Chiefs are the opposite of that, where their skill guys are okay, they're fine, they're probably below average, most of them, and yet the quarterback keeps doing that on 3rd and 5.
The Bills are not that much better. They're a little bit better. I think Shakir would be the best of either of these teams, in my opinion.
Touchdown worthy. I mean, the
See
play.
what I mean? It's just those quick outs.
Not a play that was touchdown worthy. An actual play that was a touchdown.
But it was also touchdown worthy. It was both touchdown worthy and touchdown worthy.
That's the thing about, remember the draft room was like, oh, how did they let the Chiefs draft the fastest guy? The downfield Chiefs are back. And it's literally just like, what is it, quick outs. He separates really quickly.
I loved betting this guy all season over 40 yards, and I lost every time. Every time. I'm like, because one catch down the field, he's going to get it. Every time I lost on this guy trying to get 50 yards a game.
Hollywood Brown bias on you.
Tell me how many times he had a big play this season. I heard all season, this guy's the fastest guy in the league. Fastest guy in the league.
He had one against the Chargers, which was their longest
first game
scoring
of the
play.
But this is like the Chiefs in a nutshell. They were like, oh, right. Okay, let's figure out how this guy can be useful for us. This is how he can be useful. And our 0 to 10 yard offense, he gets open really quickly out of bunches and stacks versus man coverage. We're going to throw it to him 10 times at like 6 yards a pop.
Mina, was Jason Kelce overrated?
As a player?
Well, I know he was a great center, but like that's a huge position, and he retires, and the rushing game is incredibly explosive. It's become their strength, and they're totally fine. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I think no, I don't think he was, and because he was so unique. But I think it's just it would, if you had taken him out of like a mediocre offensive line, it would have been very obvious. But because they have two of the best tackles in the NFL, Hall of Famer and Lane Johnson, really good guards, it doesn't show up as much. And then they added Saquon, who makes the offensive line look better now. So it is crazy, though, that it didn't really seem to slow them down. No.
Mina, we're going to let you go. Let's put up what it is that Mina's doing in February, not just because it's a good cause, but because we like to support all of the things that Mina's doing. She's exploding throughout the industry, and she's doing fun things with fun people. She's doing some of the smartest things with some of the smartest people, and what she's doing in February here is to raise money for a good cause. Thank you, Mina. It's always lovely seeing you.
Mina Pod Live is the website if you're in LA. I would love to see you. Gonna hang out and meet everyone after, so please come by. Good to see you guys.
Always lovely, Mina. Thank you so much for making the time. We are about to check in with Nick Wright. He has told me that, and I don't know what state he's going to be in. He's like, if ever, he told me, call me during my nervous halftime cigarette break. If the Chiefs are in trouble, I'm not going to talk to you very long. If they're not in trouble, I'm going to unleash holy hell upon the American viewing public while smoking a cigarette. He is a public Chiefs fan in a way nobody else is in the media. He is a bandwagoner, but also legitimately and authentically from Kansas City and made his bones in Kansas City radio. Unlike, what do you
Can you be both? From Kansas City and a bandwagoner?
Yeah. How does that work?
Well, because he is at the front of pressing the gas on I am the loudest, most obnoxious, and the most protective of the Chiefs fans because they allow me into their parades and because I've only got a few minutes if they're losing today because I'm a front runner.
So he's like driving the bandwagon.
I mean, he's a front runner. He's only got a couple of minutes if they're in trouble. He's got plenty of time if they're not in trouble. Do you know who Nick Wright is, Greg? You seem to be a little bit confused.
No, I'm not at all confused. I'm just wondering. There's an in between if they're all right and if they're not all right. If they're up by 3 points, are they okay?
Well, I'm sure. I'm thinking we're going to get a decent Nick Wright here because at half nothing's going to be decided here unless Josh Allen turns the ball over. Right? We're going to go.
Time here.
We're going to go into the half with a close game in all likelihood. I mean, I suppose the Bills could be stopped here and the Chiefs could score another touchdown.
We're at 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and our feed just paused again. So
why is that happening? What's happening with our feed and the buffering?
there's a lot of bandwidth being eaten up.
9.
Josh Allen avoids the pressure.
Missed it.
And we are at 4:06 even.
I think what just happened on that play is something that we take for granted in that sport, like how close he was to being hit by a giant athlete who is very fast, and the need for a pocket awareness that makes it so that you don't drop the football in that spot or hold on to it for half a second longer.
How do you throw that thinking that that man is open when he's not open? You have to put it right in his palms.
So a good play by the defender to break it up. But it was a penalty that was declined, and now we move forward.
The science of all this is always something that's intriguing to me. The 10,000 hours of you're doing this in practice so long that you're throwing it to a spot among 4 defensive backs, and you don't even need to see any of them because you just know that that's where your receiver is supposed to be, and that's where you throw it, and there's not going to be anybody there. Like the grace with which he's playing, not turning the ball over this season is it's just baffling to me.
This is such a setup for a disastrous play.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Bad throw.
Wide open, too.
Bad throw.
Well, that's another funny thing about
Wide
the
open.
expertise at the position. Anytime somebody makes a bad throw, we're all right there with, I could have made that.
Yeah.
Easy throw. And you're not wrong.
Wide open throw. Little
Threw
drag.
it right at his feet.
What are you doing?
My God, that
gotta
could've
lead
gone
him
for
there.
Going back. He
30
turned
yards.
I could have thrown that.
Still got to catch
It's
it.
true. You could have thrown that. You
I'm
know
making
what?
the switch to quarterback in my flag
thrown
football
that.
league this year, Dan. Do you want me to report back on how I'm doing?
Wow,
You
good
could have
for
made
you.
that throw.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to get the VR goggles. I'm going full Jaden Daniels. I'm going to be a rookie in the championship of my league.
That was a 20-yard play left on the field.
Well, Greg, good news is it's 4th down, and this is a punting situation.
I like it. All right, let's go.
All right, let's
So we
lay
get
out.
to
play in
sync our.
football.
Hold on.
Let's all listen together.
Yes, this is our next time sync.
Should we just listen to hear if it sounds like punt, or are we going to all say punt?
No, we all
No,
gotta
we're not
say
saying
No, we're
anything.
just
We're
listening
gonna
to
let.
Greg.
We're just.
Hear Greg
We
do
are going to
it.
find one of these in the wild, and we're going to see how this goes. And we're going to get Greg another Miller Lite, please.
Yeah, it's getting a little light. It's got a hole in the can.
First time he said that, I'm sure.
Punt.
You know what?
Maybe.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Don't turn the corner.
Corner?
Corner's been
Oh,
turned.
the corner's been
The corner's
turned.
been turned. The corner's been turned. The corner's been turned. There's a corner turn.
going.
But the corner was turned.
Corner was turned. Wow.
That is part of the job of a special teams coach, right? Because if you ever check in on a special teams coach where there's guys breaking away, he is pointing at the other end zone while he's running down the sideline, 100%.
Chris, can you get me the sound of Larry Izzo now that we're talking about special teams coaches? Because I learned today that he was Washington's special teams coach when the punter was throwing a pass on a fake punt. Can you just get the sound of Larry Izzo talking about being a New England Patriot, pooping in a bucket on the sideline, and getting a game ball from Belichick for pooping in a bucket on the sideline without anyone seeing him?
I'm talking fourth quarter tie ball game. I get a sudden attack of the diarrhea, and there ain't no way I'm running back into the locker room. You don't leave the field of battle. I'm not comparing it to the field of battle, but you kind of get the gist of it. And a lesser man would have just crapped himself. I actually had the awareness to recruit some associates to help me and, find a place that I could actually dispose of the waste. But, you got to do what you got to do. And
you're beautiful. That.
People appreciate those kind of things, obviously.
That's good.
Ooh. Use the word beautiful, but
Joe Rose.
Fresh
God,
fish.
That made me. Please find the sound of Joe
There
Rose.
is nothing like
slobbering.
a thick.
I'm glad we were able to wrestle this away from ESPN. ESPN wanted it. They're like, can I get the Joe Rose sound of him talking about chicken wings in a way that is essential? And we're like, no, we're going to take that from you.
That's good. Big juicy cheeseburgers, a Philly chicken. That's good. Onions. Mushrooms. It's good. Excuse me, can I have a side order of... Can I get some blue cheese with it? I like to dip my thick in that blue cheese they have there. Hey, you want some pasta and seafood dishes with fresh fish? It's good. So good. Yeah. There is nothing like a thick...
No one's breaking this game down like us. Yeah. Please subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing right now.
Kelce would have had his first catch there, dropped it.
Kelce with a big drop there, losing it.
Broke the cardinal rule.
You done with that can already?
He's gonna run for 6 yards here, isn't
like
he?
I told you, it had a hole in it. Christopher, what Joe Rose just did, is that called ASMR?
Yeah.
Here's another ASMR contribution. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Miller Lite doesn't got to pay me to drink his beer, I'll tell you that.
Oh, what a catch. Are you kidding me?
Is that a dual possession?
Worthy.
What?
Who's that flag on? That was a hell of a catch. I don't know how he ended up with the ball. I thought it was going to be intercepted.
I'm feeling better about their wide receivers with Worthy coming online.
Some would say that was touchdown worthy.
The penalty was on Hamlin, but it was declined.
This was a hell of a catch.
Hamlin with the giant helmet.
Needed.
Wow, that is an unreal catch.
Great catch.
He maintained possession. It could have been, wow, that was
Jesus.
almost intercepted.
Yeah.
Outfought the defender.
I mean, it wouldn't have been because there was a penalty on Buffalo, but that was crazy.
He caught it with his bicep.
Here's Worthy.
Caught it with his arm. They should show that again. Like that's a crazy catch in that situation. You guys have made it clear though that you are rooting for the Bills. This show is rooting for the Bills.
Yeah, well, I'm not a Dolphin guy. I understand why some Dolphins allegiances would not want their longtime division rival in the Super Bowl, but I'm in the group that now that is suffering some Chiefs fatigue. Chiefs Eagles. Seen that before fairly recently. I want Buffalo to get through this.
Is he challenging the catch? Is that what he's trying to challenge? The catch?
Yeah.
No, they played. They did another
the play, yeah.
They did another play, right?
I want Buffalo because I feel like this effectively ends Buffalo if they lose this. Like, you can't lose to Mahomes again and have people thinking you're going to do it again. So at least give them a try. You think, the Chiefs will be back in this at some point, but I just don't want the Bills to just keep happening to them again, this time at the AFC Championship level.
They apparently got the challenge in before that down.
Okay, but wait a minute. So it seems like a catch anyway. But even if it touched the ground, like, get out of here. You got to give that dude a catch. Like, don't take that away from him under any circumstances.
But if they don't, like, it was still a penalty on Buffalo, so it'll be a positive play regardless.
Greg, you did great with the opening of the beer can. It was excellent work by you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Practice.
How's my father doing? Can we get the picture of him and whatever he's doing with the cashews back there?
Fiddling with
Still
the
getting that on switch.
I can't.
yeah.
He's still fiddling with the microphone and the on and off switch. Papi, there's just.
I'm on.
Okay,
I'm back again,
all
buddy.
right.
I tell you one thing. The Chiefs are tough. I
Yeah.
don't care what anybody else says. Chiefs are tough.
I don't think anyone's saying they're not tough, Papi. I don't think that's something being said by anybody.
There's an S at the end of Chief.
And that guy that returned that kick, if he turns that corner, he's gone.
They tackled him
did
at
turn
the
the
third.
corner.
He
I
wasn't
know
done.
that was a lucky play by Buffalo.
Keep saying the Chief is tough. Like
There's
white
one
guys in
Chief.
Boston in 1988.
Yeah.
Robert Parrish, the chief, was tough.
The chief,
Yes,
Yeah,
it does-
Casey Chief.
Yeah, it does sound like you're not adding the S there. The S seems to be missing from what you're saying.
Call stands.
You got to get used to my accent. What can I say?
Yes, okay, one day. I'm going to bet the Bills in the second half. I'm going to do it right now.
Wow.
Oh, that hit the ground. Shouldn't have been a catch.
Get out of here, Greg.
It hit the ground.
Greg, it can hit the ground
on.
as long as you maintain
As
possession.
long as it
though.
doesn't move when
Yeah.
it hits the ground.
It
which-
stayed.
No, if it hits the ground, it's not a catch.
That's not true.
If it hits
10
the
years
ground,
ago,
the
yeah.
ground does not help you make the catch.
in
It's
my
still
league,
a catch.
it's not a catch.
What in your league? What does
Your
that mean?
league?
What does that mean in your
69
league?
and over league.
Stugotz's personal record book, that's not a catch.
What is your league? What does that mean in your league?
I mean, if I own the rules and make the rules, it's not a catch.
But you don't make the rules.
Well, I should. Be a better league. No more tush push.
What other things would you do to the league if it was your league?
I'd eliminate the kneeling.
Before the anthem?
Before
I'm with it. Let's make it our league,
Careful with
Greg.
that
You're right.
gesture.
My heart
Careful
goes out to
with
you,
that
too, as
gesture.
well.
No.
Careful. Put your hand down.
I would.
It was a
you don't
Roman
kneel.
salute.
The automatic kneeling to like on to close out the clock or something. You don't do that. Play ball.
So
Take a
no
snap.
no victory formation is what you're saying. That would
No
be
victory formation. That's what I was going for.
what would be your other rules? Oh, come on, Kansas City. What do you got here?
No field goal attempts shorter than 40 yards.
What?
We're at 2 minutes and 31 seconds.
So everyone has to go for it inside
Yes.
of the 30-yard line?
Inside of the 23,
33,
you
the
have got to
33.
go for it.
I would definitely dispense with that kickoff rule they have now. It's ridiculous.
Did you see what they're talking about? Because you have to announce the onside because of where the players are during the return.
Yeah.
So they're considering a 4th and 20 play, borrowing from the old XFL.
Okay. I'm again that too. I'm again the
Why are you saying that way?
notifying people in
Why are you
advance
saying that in
What
like
do you
you're in
mean?
an 1880s saloon instead of saying against, I'm again?
I'm again.
Why are you doing that?
AGIN apostrophe.
Why are you doing that?
Just a figure of speech. It's known. It's well known. I'm again it. What do you mean?
Please
Should that
stop
be
doing
two apostrophes because you're skipping out on 2 letters, or just one and then you get the T at the end?
I think it's again. I'm again it.
He's skipping out on a number of different
apostrophe.
letters. Against is AGAINST. He's saying AGIN.
Yeah, again. I'm again it. I'm saving breath. I only got to. Nelly Doogie used to say, "You only have so many words before you die." She would say that when the
I thought
kids
it was
were
a
talking too much.
I thought it was a peck of dirt
well,
before
that
you
too.
die.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of her sayings.
A lot of stuff before you
How
die.
many sayings did she have? Did she have a lot of sayings? Did Nelly Doogie have a lot of sayings?
Those are the only 2 that come to mind. You got to realize I was like 6 or 7 when she passed away prematurely.
She ran out of her allotment.
So, yeah, she did.
She was always warning us she would. She said there was a certain number of breasts that everyone has, and then she proved it.
Well, she was a big, heavy woman who never took care of herself.
Gotta
Never
want to
saw a
learn,
doctor.
gotta want to hurt.
Yeah, she didn't want to earn. She didn't want to learn. Died of sugar diabetes. You all know that story. It's ridiculous. So I don't remember that much, but things she said stick in your mind like that, like the aforementioned.
I thought it was pork poisoning.
Yeah, what happened to the pork poisoning? Or is that another?
That was Wild Bill.
Others in my family tree died of eating raw pork. She
But not
didn't. She
salmon.
died of sugar diabetes. Laughing at my grandmother on my mother's side dying, Nelly Doogie. Ridiculous. I'm again her dying.
And you know it.
And you do know it.
Died of the sugar diabetes is just a funny saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they don't call it that anymore. They just call it diabetes now. The old timers called it sugar diabetes. I'm not making that up. People will back me up out there in the listenership. On the SS listenership.
SS.
This is a big play here. This is a big
Is it?
play. Yeah, third. Yeah, you got third and short here.
There's Noah Gray, Dan.
Sprinkles of Noah
Little
Gray.
anytime tutty for number 83.
Sprinkles of Noah Gray are lurking in the background.
A little play action pass. 83's open.
What'd you get that, like, plus 400?
Yeah, right. Anytime it's like 650.
Oh, was it? Nice. You're right. That's worth a sprinkle.
Little sprinkle.
Cowers aged well. Secret to aging. Look 60 when you're 40.
Come on, baby. There he is.
Put it on the poll, Juju. Is the secret to aging looking 60 when you're 40?
There it is. There it is.
He's going to run it in.
No!
Oh, he's going to run it in.
Come on.
Which Nick Wright will we get now? Touchdown, Kansas City. It is 8 o'clock on the eastern seaboard.
68 degrees out.
Wow. Another game slipping away from the NFL.
I would not. I would not.
Sad.
Did they just kick out
count-
Phillips?
I would not count out Buffalo here.
What do we think about a new rule where quarterbacks can only run the ball once per possession?
Just so the Chiefs don't win every time?
Yes, just so we get quarterbacks who are not that mobile who actually still have a chance.
I like that rule, Izzy. I really do. In all seriousness, that's a good rule.
Kansas City gets the ball to start the second half, correct? Right?
Limit
So,
three-point
this
shots
is-
in the NBA. Limit runs by the quarterback.
That's a
Dan.
bridge too far.
Dan, in your expert opinion, is this a must-score situation for Buffalo before the half here?
No, I would trust Buffalo to rally from a double-digit deficit. They don't tend to lose by blowout. They've played several seasons here of only close games, except for one.
But they tend to lose this game.
Yes, they do.
That they do. I cannot dispute that. And they don't look particularly good about stopping Kansas City on third down. It's such a it is such a
Did that happen after you bet Buffalo? Right after?
Yeah,
no, I haven't made it yet.
odds are probably better.
I haven't made the bet yet. Now's the time to make the
Travis
bet.
You're
Kelce.
kind of waiting for that.
Travis Kelce talking smack to Hamlin. Is it too soon? You can talk smack to Hamlin, right?
He's got a
Missed
guarding
it.
cap on. You're good.
Oh, he made it.
Kick.
It was close.
Extra point attempt.
It's good.
Extra point.
It was.
There you go. That is our sounder for kicks. Thank you. That is a great job.
It was good. You're absolutely right about that.
Can you imagine leaning into the silence as much as other people that do this do? I can't. It just drives me crazy. 4 seconds go by, and there's like a little half beat. Of
Feels like an
silence,
hour.
and You gotta feel it.
Really, it feels nice. I like it.
Wasn't there an experiment done by some network years ago where they went broadcasterless for an entire game? Or am I imagining that?
No, that was something ESPN did. It was very poorly received.
Okay. Okay.
people want it explained to them
Okay.
what it is that's happening in the game, whether they know what's happening in the game or not. They want the comforts of the familiarity. So, Mike, you feel self-conscious whenever there's silence because everyone else who does this always stops talking?
Yeah, every time. Like, it's all about the reaction clips. People essentially do these watch-alongs to just put out in social, like a group of people cheering or booing when big moments happen in the game. But usually it's silent. But us, we don't do that. No. We talk the entire time.
We keep yammering the entire game.
Sometimes we talk about Fred Dreyer dying when he's still alive.
My father.
That was good, though.
Someone needs to get $50 from my father. He doesn't. I don't know if he has Venmo. This is the problem with Venmo. That
Does he
work
know
on the
Venmo?
Nokia.
if my father's 80 years old, we got to get somebody to.
Just put it on Greg's Venmo.
Yeah, exactly. I'll absorb that cost.
But in my expert opinion, the Bills want to get at least 3 points here. They want to go down the field and not give the ball to Kansas City again. Kansas City still got
bold
time.
take.
Well, but Kansas City still got timeouts, right? If they get the ball back again, Kansas City can score.
You don't get that kind of analysis in any other watch along.
That's right. This is the only place that you get that.
I like the sweater. What's going on
This
here?
is what all the brilliant football minds are wearing these days.
These Miller Lights are going down easy.
They always do. Just 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
96 calories.
Go ahead and get him another one. I'm telling you, you guys are in for a joyride once we get into the 7s or the 8s.
Kickoff.
I'm taking my helicopter home, so I don't have to worry about that. Got a good head on my shoulders.
Huh?
So Greg doesn't like the dynamic kickoff, huh?
No.
I mean, there have been more returns for touchdowns this year. It has actually improved the returns for touchdowns, but people do tend to miss the onside kick. It just needs to. I'm really excited to see that 4th and 20 thing.
Yeah?
Not enough concussions for you, Dad? What are you missing from it?
Just, the surprise element. With the onside kick, I mean.
Travis Kelce's dying.
I'm just going to say it. Travis Kelce's hair looks terrible.
Suspicious.
He needs a whole new haircut, a whole new look. I don't know what he's going for. Maybe he's playing a part in a movie, but that's just not a good look.
We don't like the look.
It's terrible.
It's a lot of hair.
It's a lot of.
It's a lot of hair not
dark.
done well.
Suspiciously dark.
Yeah, a little dark.
Is it also? Do we have a bit of hairband situation going? Like, does he have? Like, I just saw a glimpse of him here. Is it just big? Is it big metal hair that he's working?
I don't what?
Oh.
Big metal hair?
Like metal band hair,
Yes.
you mean? Not like
Metallica?
actual metal. Okay.
D. Snyder.
Like I just saw a clip of him. It's the first time
Twisted
I've seen
Sister.
it. It looked like it looked like he had a head of hair that seemed a bit poison, a bit Metallica. Ooh.
That was close.
That's good.
Late flag.
Let me guess.
Thank you. I've got it wrong. The hair's not as long as I was
not
making
as long.
it.
No,
It's
I
not
guess
poison
okay.
metal. No, it's neither of those
More
things.
like a Dracula look.
Yeah, just
Dracula.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slick
Yeah.
back kind of Dracula thing.
Saw it out of the corner of my eye. I'm sorry. It looked poofy. His hair was poofy.
no.
yes?
It definitely has volume. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Any other suspicious hair people you've seen? You haven't reported any lately. Ryan Day, you weren't crushing Ryan Day right
I mean,
now.
everyone's
That's
on Ryan
obvious,
Day
so,
right
yeah.
now.
Hair
Keep your
job.
eyes on this broadcast booth from CBS. Leaning on the spray tan a little bit. Tony Romo. We know where Jim Nance is at with that, and that's fine. It works for him. But Tony Romo also just leaning in on the dark brown.
122, 121, 120, 119, 118.
Spags in that prevent. That's curious.
Long first half.
You tired? Did you hear anything from Billy or Stugotz? Did you hear anything about what was going on with them today? They are they getting ready for God Bless Football?
Yeah, they're in the
tomorrow morning?
lab preparing.
Andrew Hawkins also promised he would be here. Where is that guy? Really quick, isn't he?
He's very aggressively non-committal about it.
His non-committal was, "I'm not coming."
Yeah.
Greg Cody, you want to crack open another one of those?
I will in time. To Dan's point, it looks like the Bills are
responsibly.
trying to go for a field goal here. That was good analysis.
Draining the clock a little bit.
They prefer to score a touchdown. And yes, they'd like to score a touchdown, not leaving any amount of time so that anybody else
Very
can
little
get any
time.
points.
Zagak.
That is a Zagacki situation, yes.
I don't understand the cushion.
get out of bounds.
Do you understand the cushion they've been given these receivers on this drive? I don't understand this.
That's the position I would coach is cornerbacks, DBs. I mean, they're just so bad most of the time. Like you got to know score, time, situation. Like, get up there. Like, I know sometimes on 4th and 5 they'll throw it over your head if you play too. Okay, whatever. But most of the time, get up there.
You've just conceded. Like you've held them to 10 points. Your DBs. I mean, we've already talked about how the wide receiver unit certainly could be a lot better in Buffalo. I don't understand giving them that much cushion.
They're pressing a little bit more now.
I mean, yeah, they're at the 35 now.
Maybe they're listening.
Have we seen former Greg Cody show guest Matt Collins yet? I haven't heard his name mentioned.
He's caught one
Caught
pass.
a couple passes. Had a great block for a touchdown.
Does he crack the top 50? My dad's working on the 50 best guests in Greg Cody show history.
You know, he might.
Oh, man, where am I?
He's rising up the charts.
I didn't even make top 50.
No,
there aren't a lot of things better in comedy right now than Chris Cody being able to predict based on his father or laughing when it is that his father's going to cough after the laugh. I'm telling you, him cutting in there with a tight, he's going to cough and then the cough happening.
Third one already, eh?
Who's counting?
He's moving
you, my
slow.
wife?
Also, the first time he
Exact
dropped that line
quote.
ever.
He's moving slow. 3 by 8 p.m. is slow.
Look, Papi's back.
Oh, Poppy's rummaging around in the fridge again.
What do we got over there, Papi?
Poppy, what do you got? What'd you get into, Poppy? You got a microphone that doesn't work yet, Poppy? There's an on switch. There's
We
an
got
off.
this.
It's there.
There's
too.
an
He's
off
on it.
switch.
Come
It's
on,
right
he's
there
got
for
this.
you.
Danny, there's Danny.
No,
nope.
it's not working,
So
Poppy.
close.
You got to get it on and off.
GQ.
Poppy's
Hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes, what
Yeah,
were you
I'm
doing?
just trying to find something good here. You know, you said, look, plenty of things
us-
around here. I can not make up my mind.
All right, give us a play-by-play, Poppy, while the Chiefs lead 21-10 here. With
No, I'm
29
not too
seconds.
happy. Too many flags. We don't need that many flags in the game. That takes the fun out of the game.
That's
We got to
the wrong
eliminate the
play-by-play.
referees.
Eliminate them.
Yeah, we don't need them. What the hell? They are just
Look at
overhead.
that throw.
Oh!
That's right.
Mac Hollins. Where's Taylor?
Who was asking for Mac Hollins?
Former Greg Cody show host. I mean,
How that
yes.
happened?
Top
Somebody
50.
blew the coverage.
No blown coverage. It was a great catch, Poppy.
No, I think that somebody blew the
Poppy,
coverage.
look at this coverage. There's no blown coverage. No.
What a catch by Hollins.
Been down there the whole time.
I think that was offensive interference.
Poppy,
No?
Poppy, that's ridiculous. Everything you're saying is absurd.
That's okay.
What'd
No
you-
flags. No flags.
No flags,
That's
that's
the
right.
time to throw a flag.
No.
No flags, eh?
Was his touchdown celebration? Hold on. Was that touchdown celebration what I thought it was?
Very-
Monster hammer.
Very phallic.
Hell of a catch.
Did he? Hold on.
What you're saying? He was his
They're not
He was, like,
joking.
lifting
I
it with a
think
crane.
He was. Yeah. He was.
You're saying there was a giant penis that was raking the ground.
He was
Correct.
letting it hang.
You're alleging that Mac Hollins celebrated his touchdown by suggesting to America that his penis is so large that it scrapes the end zone lawn.
That is indeed what I'm alleging, but I do need another angle on it.
All right. Let's
What
see.
kind of peanut is that?
That would be a penis, Poppy, not a peanut.
Oh, I thought it was a peanut.
That would be a penis, not a peanut.
How many
We're
angles do you
offsides
need on
here.
his penis, Mike?
I will tell the story now because of my father's accent that I was at a party with a high-ranking member of the Miami Heat, and his girlfriend was complaining that my father was near her whispering the word penis again and again. Penis, and there's a creepy old man there saying penis again and again. It was just because there was a nearby bowl of peanuts that my father wanted to eat, and he's obsessive compulsive.
We have a 2-point attempt because of the penalty. It moves the ball 1 yard. So for the one, they're going for 2 points.
There was no penalty for the giant penis?
No.
No, I don't
God,
think the.
no.
I
Got to
don't
be a
think-
penis push
Are
here,
they
right?
just?
It
Aren't
was
they
subtle.
going?
It
Penis
was
push.
subtle.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Who cares?
Denied.
Counts as a completion.
I don't know what that was.
Poor attempt.
It was indeed a poor attempt.
I think Mike's going to take a look at that celebration and wonder why he was thinking of penises.
Yeah, he scraped the ground. I saw it.
He scraped the ground with a pantomime penis.
I was like, what are we talking about?
It was phallic.
I'm not sure it was. I don't know what the
Another
rest.
word that sounds like a car.
Guys, I'm still in the
Chevrolet
replay center. Hang on.
A Chevrolet phallic.
Yeah.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Would you drive a Chevrolet phallic?
Got it under good authority that it was a penis.
Inconclusive on the replay. He should avoid the fine because he disguised it pretty well.
What was he doing if not this? What was he doing
If it was penis related, he seemed to have scooped the penis up from between his legs and then cranked it 3 times on the right, which doesn't really make any sense.
Actually, it makes all the sense in the world.
It
when
does.
You think about it.
I got to be honest. If I made that catch, I would have celebrated exactly the same way. That is the celebration that's appropriate for making that catch in that situation.
I have well-placed sources that lead me to believe that we've got the right school of thought here.
Where are these well-placed sources?
Under the table.
On the table.
I know who the source is. Among us is a good friend of Mac Hollins. I'll say no more.
I mean, it was pretty obvious before that they pulled Taylor from underneath.
Oh, yeah, good point. I didn't catch that.
It's number 3, Dan. Just give him some leeway here.
Thank you very much.
You guys don't understand. Chris, let's go through this for a second. Let's go through your father over time in famous Greg Cody show history, the time that he had too much wine, and he can't drink wine. He doesn't have a governor on wine. Had too much wine at my brother's first art opening and knocked one of the paintings off of the wall.
And his career took off after that. You're welcome.
It did. Agreed.
Yeah, coincidence?
Yes.
Oh.
Let's be clear. This is light work for Greg. Okay. Number 3 is light work.
3 beers.
Seriously.
3 beers is
No
nothing.
pun intended.
This is an hors d'oeuvre being passed around. Oh, look, and he's on the Matt Collins texting him right now.
What was that?
Explaining the whole thing. What?
Greg just ruining the joke here.
What happened?
You really took a minute to take off there with the.
I know. Yeah, it was like a car engine starting in like freezing weather. It didn't want to turn over.
Oh, there's my father again. Look, keep a camera on my father. Look, we caught him. He was going to make a run. Oh,
he is owning
the man
that
eat.
eating area.
That's my fault. He was.
He was just about to go in.
Papi's got the Don Nelson barrel chest going today.
Drop the ball. I dropped the ball. That's okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean you dropped the ball? Tell me what you were going.
I was going to go for a killing there, but I couldn't find. I wasn't quick enough.
There's some salmon in the fridge if you want it.
What is it in the fridge? You said
salmon.
Oh no! I stay away from that one.
Have you paid your $50 yet, Dad?
I don't carry that much money with me.
It's $51.
That's why Venmo is so convenient.
I don't know what we're going to do about the fact that nobody's paying these fines. We've only got $49 in the fines.
I mean, we also are asking people that are older to do it, but
you know, these referees, they take the fun out of the game. You know what I mean? They should be banned from football.
Thank you.
Are
Too
you
many flags?
How many flags they have thrown today?
There's a kneel,
about,
Greg.
Huh?
Just get
They
them
just
out
nailed
of
it.
here. The game would be so much better without the referees.
That's
You're so
right.
10, 9.
I'm going to get
8,
something to eat.
7.
this
6.
first half has lived up.
Yes.
It has.
And the first half comes to an end. Go ahead, Dad. Carry us for the halftime.
You know what? What Papi said is accurate in a way. I can't quantify it. I don't know whether penalty flags are up, down, or steady.
They're always up. They're always up.
It seems like that. And I will say this, Papi. Tell me if you agree. Nowadays, you're watching a game, and your team throws a long, complete pass. Before you cheer, you feel like you have to wait because you're going to see the word flag on the TV screen.
Talking to the mic, Papi.
The catch is made, and then all of a sudden they call it back because it was defensive interference or holding or offside or, I mean, come on, give me a break.
You can't even celebrate anymore.
No, that's it, yeah. I'll sue the league if I'm one of these teams there, Get rid of all the refs. That's it.
Make it a free-for-all out there.
Yeah, get rid of the refs, save all that money, and pass it on to the customers. Reduce the price of the ticket. That's it.
That's exactly right.
All right, our video crew needs to pee, so we are going to take a 3 to 5 minute break. We will be back in a few minutes with Nick Wright. 3 to 5 minute break.
All in? I'm a fan of the Jets. I'm a fan of the Jets. Oh, no. The Jets. The Jets. Why this team? The Jets! The Jets!
Let's bring in a nervous and pacing Nick Wright here. He is wandering the streets, he is smoking his nervous cigarettes. Nick, where are we and how it is that you're feeling? What is normal for you in these situations?
Well, usually my dog's with me, but it would be too much to be talking to you, smoking I'm not really a cigarette smoker per se, but certain events demand it. This is one of them. Halftime, thinking over the half, thinking about how the next 2 weeks when the Chiefs are getting ready for an unprecedented three-peat, that the largest media mouthpieces for the league can explain how this game was rigged too. It's going to be tough, but I'm sure they'll find a way. I mean, the Bills' defense stands no chance at stopping the Chiefs. So the question is, will the Chiefs make another grievous error, and will the Bills score every time? I feel pretty good. I got to tell you, I feel pretty good. How are you, Dan?
What occasions will you smoke the cigarettes? What's the list of occasions that are special enough?
Sober? So, you know what? No need. Listen, man, I've told you this before. I've been wearing nicotine patches for 17 years. So it's just, who knows the occasions? I know this is one of them. I know right now, I know halftime of big Chiefs games. I walk my dog. I go to the corner store. I get a Lucy. And I think about here's the thing. There's not that many big Chiefs games. This is the first game of the season. I've said this before. I'll say it again. The Chiefs season starts in the AFC Championship game. If they go 0-1, there's massive changes. They went 0-1 in 2018, fired the defensive coordinator. They went 0-1 in 2021. They traded Tyreek Hill. If they go 1-1 that year, they overhaul a part of the team. That was 2020 when they redid the offensive line. And if they go 2-0, we hold a damn parade in Kansas City. And so the first half of the first game of the year is feeling good. Right now we're on, an unprecedented for us 4-game winning streak dating back to 2022. And we just got to keep it rolling, Dan. Got to keep it rolling, man.
How many Lucy's do you get? You go to the store and you buy a single cigarette?
One. Yeah, it's a Lucy. One. Yeah, you buy multiple Lucy's. They're going to think you're the police.
Right?
Yeah,
do you know anything, Dan?
Yeah, come on, Dan. I mean, my goodness. Dan, I think as the kids would say, your privilege is showing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you go in, you put your 75 cents on the table, and you say, "Give me a Lucy." And if there's police around the corner, they put it in a paper bag. If there's not, they let you use the lighter on the string on the thing and light it in the store, and you walk out.
Nobody has ever said, "Please, sir, give me multiple Lucy's."
Sir, I would like a pack of Lucy's.
Yeah.
If you could do that, and if you don't have the tax stamp on them, I'm gonna need to call your manager.
Look, you guys are accusing me of privilege when I'm simply not a smoker. I have never bought a cigarette of any kind, and so when you say you're buying one,
Listen,
I didn't know.
Dan,
I didn't know.
I gotta tell you, I've never frequented a sex worker, but I wouldn't try to pay with a check. There are certain things you don't have to have experience with to just know.
Yeah, use Venmo.
And okay. There you go. Is that Chris? Is that Greg Cody?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Yes, he got
Greg Cody. Good one, my friend. I like that.
By the way, who's holding your camera? Your dog? Because the camera is like looking up at you.
There you go.
Oh, that's
All
better.
right, that's
okay,
fine. I'll hold it here. Is that better? My wife tells me that too. She's like, "You always hold it down beneath your face. Makes you look terrible." And I'm like, "No, that's just how the world sees me, as opposed to through a wife's eyes." But that's fine. There you go. Here's better. I was trying to get down because I don't want someone to be able to. What do they call it? What do you call it? When dox me, people are gonna figure out my coordinates. So I'm trying to be sneaky about it. Don't want that. Has the second half started yet, guys?
Is there any occasion when the half would be a 2-cigarette situation, or it's just 1 cigarette?
The only time Justin Herbert's ever beaten the Chiefs, Chris Broussard was at my house. People can check the records for this, but it should be easy. Just the one time Herbert beat the biggest divisional rival. Wow, the arm talent.
Odd name.
As soon as the game ended, I told Brew I had to take my dog for a walk. And it was a 45-minute, 3-cigarette dog walk. And he was just in the house by himself with my daughter. And he brings it up to this day. He's like, "Nick abandoned me." Brew was sitting there just casually sipping on a Mike's Hard Lemonade, which he brought with him, a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade, 4 of which are still in my fridge 4 years later, just by himself. So, yeah, so occasionally it could happen. Today's not one of those days, I don't think.
You're feeling pretty good about your Chiefs. This is going about the way that you expected.
Well, I mean, listen, the Chiefs are at a gigantic advantage. It's not the referee advantage that everyone seems to want to talk about. It's the fact that the Chiefs get 18 live, real. You know how in training camp, Dan, every time after training camp, they're like, man, the best part of training camp was those 3 days when the Packers came to town and we went live against another team. The Chiefs get 18 of those that are broadcast on national TV, really full go, all-out practices before their season actually starts. And because of that, they usually look pretty good when the season actually starts. Final practice of the year is, this past weekend. Sometimes it goes, swimmingly. Sometimes it's a little tough, but it always ends the way it ends. And now the season gets going. Yeah, I feel good. And I just have to get this off my chest. This week should have been about, you have a guy in Josh Allen, one of the most physically gifted players ever, who is staring in the face of something totally unprecedented. No one's ever been 0-4 against another quarterback in the playoffs in NFL history. Staring that in the face, or he's going to get over the hump and have go through Lamar, Patrick, and be the favorite to win the Super Bowl. On the other side of the ball, you have a team that is in the midst of the greatest 3-year stretch in the history of the sport, trying to do something that was previously thought of as impossible, and in the salary cap era, has no teams ever even won back-to-back, except for 2 teams who actually did cheat. The 97-98 Broncos, who circumvented the salary cap, and the 03-04 Patriots. We don't even have the time to go through the list of things. That should have been the story. Instead, the story was, well, when you look at the data, it actually turns out Mahomes sucks. I'm so mad. I'll never forgive him for it. And then this morning, and I got to deal with these people that are like, that are theoretically, actually, the first time you send a tweet that wasn't handwritten by an agent, it's like, well, there's relief coming for the other fans. Shut up. It's outrageous. And now I have to go.
Last thing before we let you go, as you go, you're pacing around simply saying that they've been practicing all year for this game. Of course, they're going to win it.
Yeah, obviously. They've been people, while everyone was looking up the amount of times the Chiefs got called for illegal formation in the last 4 years, you know what I was looking up? That the Chiefs in the regular season against Buffalo the last 5 years scored 20 points a game. Mahomes has 10 picks, 10 touchdowns, 8 picks. And yet in the playoffs, they score 36 points a game. He has 9 touchdowns, 0 picks. It's almost like they hold something in reserve. It's almost like they're playing a different game than these other teams. But they didn't beat the Jags 52-6 like the Lions did, Nick. This is the worst one. Shut up. Everyone's going to be wrong again. I'm going to get to be right again. And I'm going to instantly go from being the guy who gets to take victory laps for being like, I think LeBron's pretty good, to being the guy that gets to take victory laps because I'm like, I don't think the Chiefs are frauds. 30 more minutes of football. See you guys in New Orleans.
See you later.
Wow.
Nailed the dismount and didn't nail the camera lighting.
What a great visual. It looked like a horror film.
Yeah, he
had an axe in his right hand.
He looked like Nosferatu. Yes, he did.
It looked like he was warning us all of a zombie apocalypse.
It did.
Greg, you went to Seinfeld yesterday,
yes.
And I think people will be stunned to know that Greg Cody and Jerry Seinfeld are the same age.
How do I take that comment? You're right. He looks great. Yeah. Everybody my age looks younger than me. I don't know what to make of that.
We're back.
But Seinfeld is great. I really admire him. I have for a long time, and he still brings it, man. He brings it. Look at this guy. Look at his hair. Who has hair like that at age 70?
You.
No, I mean, it's that kind of thing. But no, he was great. But he's a curmudgeon. His comedy style is curmudgeonly. He's bitching and complaining about everything. I just love the guy. He's fantastic.
The last time I went to see Seinfeld, I was stepping over canes and wheelchairs.
Sounds about right. Yeah. I don't have either of those yet, but my right knee is really bothering me. I got to see an orthopedist. I don't want to bring it up on the air, but it's just something that's really a big deal right now. But we're going to take care of that. Seinfeld is terrific. And like every comedian of that age, he will overlap a little bit. If you see him 5 years in a row, you'll recognize some of those same lines. But for the most part, he comes up with new material. He's super good. I just admire the heck out of him.
One play into the second half for the Chiefs on offense, and what Nick said about the Chiefs not really having been stopped in that first half by Buffalo's defense. Just avoid the disaster rings true. Buffalo has to show that they can bother Kansas City. And they haven't really. They even hit Kareem Hunt behind the line of scrimmage, like well behind the line of scrimmage, and it turns into a 2-yard gain.
14-09, 08, 07, 06.
That is
So glad Jeremy's here.
the way that I thought that that the only way that I thought Washington could stay with Philadelphia is the way they did it on that first drive, where it was 18 plays, just hold the ball all game and make sure you're in 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 5, and that you're converting all of them and going for it on 4th down. The Chiefs have not been stopped by Buffalo's defense, and there's not a lot of confidence that I would have. The Chiefs haven't punted yet, right? Did they punt?
We don't know. We're buffering.
They have not punted yet.
Greg has not said punt for them.
Punt.
Jeremy, have you said a single word other than counting the clock down?
No, I don't think
he,
so.
he
I
told us
corrected
Fred Dryer.
on Fred Dryer.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
No, he's a
A
huge
good,
contribution.
an important contribution.
You broke the news that Fred Dryer lives. That was big.
The Dryer family was so excited.
So we would have 3rd down here, but there's holding in the defensive secondary. Is that what it is? There's going to be a penalty against.
Again with the flags, like Papi said.
My father
Puppy?
my puppy called for the eradication of the referees.
That's a pass interference call. Spot foul.
How you feeling about my Bills second half bet?
Okay.
What was that?
I feel like the Bills.
Is that Tyrese Halliburton?
1 o'clock.
Best sound in sports right here. Oh, yeah.
Need the Bills to settle down a little bit.
Whoa.
That was your stomach? Was
Pardon
that
me.
a sound your stomach made?
Oh, some trickeration here.
Pardon me. Couldn't get it.
Paused
Couldn't
at
get
37.
We are paused in the middle of a trick play from Kansas City, which is really unfortunate.
We are buffering while Patrick Mahomes holds the ball in the backfield. We have no idea what's happened on this
How are
play.
you, Greg?
I'm well, Izzy. Thank you.
Was that a
Talk about
double
stop
reverse
action.
by the time it showed up in Patrick Mahomes? It could be. Who knows?
They could be standing in the end zone right now.
Right now, what we're watching is Patrick
Can't wait for the
Mahomes
time
is
jump.
at his own 30-yard line, still holding the ball.
I like
come
watching
on.
games
Black.
this way now. We can all guess what happened
Technology,
next.
Huh?
It's going to be just Chiefs celebrating in the end zone when they come back.
And you wait
75-yard
for
play.
it.
No
already
idea
over.
what happened.
Can we call Mina?
The stream went down for us.
Streaming.
Bomb to. Oh.
We don't know what happened.
Here we go.
Nothing. It
Okay,
looks
third
like
and 3. We got 3rd and 3 right now.
Quick replay.
Was that the same play?
No idea what's
looks like
happened here.
nothing
3rd
really
3.
happened.
Turd
Guess it
and
must have
tree.
been incomplete, but it's a first
Wide
down.
open.
Hollywood
Jesus.
Brown.
Awful coverage.
This is just going to keep going this way, where the Chiefs are always going to be in 3rd and 3, and they're always going to convert it.
Just farting their way down the field.
Put it on the poll, Juju. Are the Chiefs farting their way down the field? This is the bitter lament of losers right here.
I'm telling you, winners are so boring. They just do whatever it takes, and you're just like, God damn it.
Do you think we as a society would be less bored by Kansas City if we'd had a longer gap between Brady and Mahomes? Because it feels like because we just got one version of this and now another one right after it, it's a lot more boring.
I feel like it would be less boring if they didn't convert every damn 3rd down. If they weren't just marching down the field every time, and every time it's 3rd and 4, you know they're going to convert it. Look at that play. Hollywood Brown was 40 yards from the guy that was covering him on 3rd and 3. 40 yards.
That was a replay of a deeper pass. Mahomes was like, this guy that's open for like 20 yards around him. I'm going to still chuck it downfield.
Giant victory if the Bills just hold them to a field goal.
How is defensive line pressure different against Patrick Mahomes than it is any other quarterback in the league? Now, Josh Allen, he just goes a little bit deeper. He's not afraid of what's going. Patrick Mahomes is in the middle of chaos, and it's absolutely nothing to him.
And I like that Bills pass rush. Like, I like what the Bills do with 4 guys. Just their defensive line has so many athletes on it.
I mean, they have Von Miller and Gregory Rousseau, who are, as a tandem, I think are as good as just about any.
Got
Oliver,
Ed
too.
Oliver.
Yeah, and Ed Oliver, right. And, it's amazing though what he can do. What
Rousseau
Mahomes
got
can
held
do.
there. They didn't call it.
There it is.
Great big play.
There
Wait a
it
minute.
is.
Did they just tackle him?
There was
They
a
just
tackle.
tackled him.
There was a
Milano.
And they
tackle.
had gotten away with a hold on Rousseau.
Another car name.
wait a minute,
Chevy
hold
Milano.
on.
No, you got to think of cookies with Matt Milano.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait for the flag. Wait for the
Yep,
flag.
it's coming.
Just
Sending out the
wait.
punt unit all of a sudden. Wait a second.
Hold on.
All right. We will.
They're gonna have to punt.
We will let the audience
Oh, my favorite
know
play.
exactly how we're synced by Greg Cody,
Yep.
telling us when the punt will occur.
This is exciting. Silence.
Punt. See, you can't oversell it. It's got to
No,
be
that one
subtle.
had a little bit more echo to it. That one was a little harder of a
Usually
punt.
it's just punt.
You want the breath to come out. Punt.
Career high for sacks suffered by Patrick Mahomes in a season.
The time we've seen him most recently lose, the only time we've seen him lose and seem incompetent was the Super Bowl he lost, where it was 31-9 or whatever it was, where he was sacked 100 times and was running in circles toward his own end zone the entire game, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the only time we've seen him look bad in one of these.
Yeah. You're talking about the time he played Tom Brady.
Well, it was just all offensive line. Hold on a second, though. Was that? I don't. Yeah, it was Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
it was the first
Yeah, it
ever,
was Tom
like,
Brady
road
with
game in a
Tampa
Super
Bay.
Bowl.
Yeah,
16-3 in the playoffs. That guy.
Yeah, but that
Crazy.
game, you guys remember that game, right? Where he was just running in curly cues backwards all game because of his offensive line. The pressure was so immediate in every game, and they had a bunch of offensive linemen that were injured. But we've never seen him blown out, right? That's the only time. That's it. You don't watch regular season games. So the thing about him and Josh Allen is they're always playing in close games. Even if they have multiple turnovers, the game's always going to be close because they're the best quarterbacks and their team's better than yours. So they might lose, but they're rarely losing by multiple scores.
Anybody else think it's unfair that Tampa Bay has a couple of Super Bowls in this century? Like, come on. That's like Sacramento winning a couple of NBA championships out of nowhere. They don't deserve that.
I mean, Carolina's been to the NFC Championship game fairly recently.
Yeah, but do they have a couple of Super Bowl wins, Greg? That's different.
No, they don't. You're right. But my point is that, like, the whole league has been to a conference championship game since the Miami Dolphins. It's insane.
Tom Brady had the chance to retire after beating on the road Breeze, Mahomes, Rodgers at 44.
Save his marriage, too.
That run is crazy. Like, it's so odd to have seen that entire career play out and now watch a quarterback that all of us are expecting to win this game at the end just because he's the quarterback.
Right.
Like that we're just waiting around for how is he going to drive down the field and not have that be the drive at the end of the game that we just saw. That if it's 4th and 16, he'll figure something out. It's such a weird thing. I'm telling you. Like, do you guys understand how much better Josh Allen was than Patrick Mahomes this year? Like, if I don't tell you the histories and I just show you the numbers, it's asinine the difference between those two quarterbacks. Josh Allen was so much better than Patrick Mahomes this year.
What's so great about the Tom Brady debate is we saw him go up against Manning, the two arguably the greatest we had seen up until that point. There were so many great quarterbacks in his class, but even in his 40s, he took on Patrick Mahomes, and he's never going to relinquish. Hey, I was 2-0 against you in the postseason. Like, that will never go away. The debate may rage on, but Brady in his 40s beat him twice. Once on the road and once at home in the Super Bowl.
You guys saw the numbers, right, when they do the juxtaposition on Josh Allen playing against the Chiefs during the regular season and playing against them during the postseason?
The win-loss is certainly crazy.
It's not – look at this.
There we go.
It's not just win-loss. This is what it is. During the regular season, Josh Allen is 4-1, and he averages 26 points a game, 300 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 turnovers. That's during the regular season. He's very good against the Chiefs, 4-1. During the postseason, he's 0-3. He's 0-3 during the postseason against the Chiefs, but all his numbers are better. He averages more points. He averages 342 yards a game instead of 300, and his touchdown to turnover ratio is 9-1. So he's 0-3, but in all the games, he's statistically better than he is in the regular season games when he's 4-1. And it's not like he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything wrong in this game. That first drive could have been a disaster, but it's not like you're watching now and they're not going to get to 30 points.
They're one of the nicest passes you'll ever see to Mac Hollins.
You know they're going to get to 30 points, right? You know you're sitting here watching and you don't think they're going to be slowed either, do you? Like even
Kansas City's defense is really, really good, and I think that they have been slowed a little bit. And getting a 30, I don't know.
It's 2 touchdowns. You don't think they've got the rest of the game to score 2 touchdowns. Those stats are crazy in terms of, like, he's 0-3, averaging 4 touchdowns a game. Like, it's 28 points a game.
I think if you're a Bills fan, trailing by 5 in the middle of the third quarter with the ball in Chiefs territory, you're feeling pretty good. Maybe I'm rooting for my pick here, but I'm feeling pretty good about it.
You guys notice what Buffalo is doing on this drive in terms of time of possession? They're really milking the clock. Every play is going down to 0 on that play clock right now, trying to play some keep away because they realize, hey, we finally just got our first true stop against this Kansas City offense.
I would suspect that they'll go for it here. This is 2 downs, that they're going to go 3rd and 3. If they don't get sent backwards, they will go for it if it's 4th and 3. If they have an incompletion here, they have no interest in punting again.
Well, they would not be punting. They're in field goal range here.
Well, even that's the big difference, right? One of these teams has settled for a field goal, the other one hasn't, and that's the difference in the game right here.
Don't call plays, call players.
Didn't make it.
Yeah, that approach right there
they're going
shows you 2 down territory. That's going for
That's the other
play.
thing that's been limited in this game. Josh Allen hasn't run at all. Like that's like his second run of the game. They've not allowed him to run the ball.
Yeah. It was like that too in the regular season matchup, and then in the fourth quarter he became a demigod.
This is a biggie.
I don't, when I'm watching this play, all of us are watching this play, you don't want to be Kansas City here, right? Like, you just...
6:33, 32, 31.
Don't call plays,
30.
call players.
Yeah, he's just going to run the ball, right?
Hike.
There you go, Josh.
Yeah, designed run all the way.
Josh, this is the play. Just be big, okay? Just get back there, grab the ball, and just be big, okay?
Awesome.
All right.
What a weapon.
On 1.
Guys, this is great. This is great stuff.
Good game.
Legacy-defining stuff
Really
right
good
here.
game.
This is the good stuff.
Josh, on 1, all I need you to do is be as physically large as you actually are. Just run that way and be physically large, okay? All right.
You got about 3 yards after first being hit.
That's
that was
right.
impressive.
Dynasty of the decade. A quarterback that can't get over that other quarterback.
This show's officially rooting for Buffalo.
Yeah, mostly. Come on.
I think we're rooting for Nick Wright to be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he gave us a great clip. Very cocky on his sign-off.
Yeah, he's got the right. It's earned arrogance. I would understand. It's such a beautiful thing. I don't know if you guys saw the list of numbers that came out on most watched and least watched teams in the league, but the Patriots, God almighty, they're among the least watched teams in the leagues, not surprisingly, because of how good they've been for so long. And now they're terrible. Nick Wright has earned the right to be the new Patriots. That's how.
Keeper.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Josh, be big. Be bigger than everybody. Just run down the
faster.
field and be big.
So
be big.
impressive.
Josh, be faster.
Yeah,
faster,
Josh,
bigger.
When you're not big,
Yeah,
be faster. When you're not faster, be stronger.
On 1. Got like 300 pounds landed on him there.
On 1.
That was crazy. Look, imagine you were on the receiving end. When he goes to the ground, a defensive tackle, I think, lands on him. And because he's not in the pocket, he can get away with putting out his full body weight on him. Good play.
2 yards.
All right, let's
right.
bring in our favorite Buffalo.
Oh,
Yes, go. She's a little bit behind us. Let's bring
I
in
am.
our-
I'm sorry. I
That's
can hear my
okay.
husband yelling in the other room.
That's all right. You're a little bit behind us, but Christine Lisi comes in briefly. This is an honor. This is a sacred place we are stepping into here. The biggest Bills fan we know is in the middle of her joy. Look at her. Look at that smiling, radiant face. How happy she is because Josh Allen is 2 yards out. What are they going to do here, Christine? Are you going to give us a play-by-play?
This is how much I love you, that I am doing this for you guys. I don't watch games with anybody.
Thank you,
It's just
Christine.
me. It's me, Rob, and the dog. That's my system in the Josh Allen era. So this is how much I love you.
You're a little bit behind us, and we're about to. Yes, we're about to celebrate a 3rd and goal at the 1 with Christine Lacey.
Okay.
People, I don't think you understand what a sacred ground this is that we are having. Christine Lacey, one of our favorites, the biggest Bills fan that there is in our universe that's not named Juju Gotti, has a 3rd and goal, and Josh Allen was just asked to be big, and he was not big.
Oh, boy.
He keeps going to the left. Just go straight.
Once more.
Okay, now we're going to have 4th and goal, and the whole play, the play is just Josh Allen, can you be an actual Buffalo?
325, 24, 23, 22.
Usually he is Buffalo.
I take the field goal here.
What?
Got a pass here. No.
This is a proper yard.
You take a field goal from the 1? Oh, okay.
This is
All right.
indeed the 1 yard.
Hold
This
on.
is
Give Christine
true
Lacey
yard.
what she wants here. This is 1 true yard. Josh Allen.
Shotgun.
Josh Allen, we need you
They
to
lined
be.
up at shotgun.
We need you to be physically large, Josh Allen.
Wow. I love James Cook.
That is going to be reviewed for sure, right?
It might
Right?
be,
But
What
he's
a-
in.
What a crazy
He was
effort
in.
that was.
He had it over.
but
He's
where
in.
was the knee when he reached?
Where was the knee when he reached? He was in, Christine.
See, Christine
Can I
is a
say
real
something?
football fan. She knows to wait.
My 99-year-old grandmother, that is her favorite player.
That is an unreal.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
What body control.
Oh, my God.
Crazy play from James
Wow.
Cook.
That knee
Holy
should have
Jesus.
been. That is holy Jesus.
That's a total touchdown.
That
That's
is
an
a
all-time
holy
Bills
Jesus
play potential.
situation.
Wow.
Christine Lacey was with us for a holy Jesus moment. That was full-fledged holy
Bill's
Jesus.
going for 2 now. Bill's going for 2.
Still thinking the field goal was the play.
I what? I think. I'm sorry. I am listening.
What is that? What
That
year
was-
is that noise?
That's the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges,
It was.
1930s.
Thank you. Good callback.
That was the 1960s.
30s,
Well-
not 60s, 30s.
How about James Cook, though? After that play, you got to call him James Chef. Am I right? Yeah, laugh out of a Bills fan. Yeah.
She's laughing at you, Greg.
Christine, how are you feeling so far through the first half? Has this gone about how you expected? Are you a mess?
I am a mess. I did expect it to be close. I told Rob he was on his own for dinner because I get so nervous I can't eat. So I was like, you have to make your own dinner. And I'm a mess, but 22-21 at their place. I don't know.
This is your year.
I'm doing the best I can.
This is your year. This is as hopeful as you've been. Yes?
I think so. I got to confess, in 2020, I was pretty hopeful because I remember telling my college roommate just the run we were on. And I was like, I think we got our guy. This kid's our guy. And I said, I think we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And I said that to her like in November. And we went to the AFC Championship game, of course, did not win. But I don't know. I feel good about this team. I feel the Christian Benford injury sucked. I said to Rob when he took that hit, was it from DeMar? I can't remember now, but it was helmet to helmet. I was like, oh, he doesn't look good. And then I was like, they can't put him back out there. So that was terrible. And then I worry about Kyrie Elam a little bit, but I don't know.
How does this go with your husband? How does you said he was in the other room? He's a little ahead of you where you are right now. When you're watching the game with him, who is more emotional?
It's me. He gives me little pieces of encouragement, and I'm not on my phone during the game, so I'm not like scrolling through Twitter or anything or texts or anything with anybody. Like I want to watch the game. I'm a crazy person, but I don't know. I can't help it. Like I want to watch the game. I just think when you're on your phone, there's too much to miss. And I like that. I mean, Rob's amazing. And the dog Gracie knows to like kind of hang out near him and not so much where mama is. So, but I don't know. 22-21. I don't know. What else can you ask for? You on the road?
If you found out that your dog was quietly rooting for the Chiefs, how would that affect the relationship?
Well, she's wearing a Bills collar, so she's not rooting for the Chiefs.
She may be fooling you, though.
No, she's a good girl.
Okay.
She's a good girl.
All right.
She's loyal. All dogs are loyal. She's a loyal girl.
Okay.
You say you're a crazy person, but that was a pretty big play this season and in Bills history. We could call that the biggest play of the Bills season right there.
For James Cook?
Yeah, what we just saw.
Yes.
The The physicality of that run, he should have been stopped. That should not have been points for the Bills. He defied physics in scoring that touchdown. He should have been stopped. His knee should have been down. Forearm should have been down. Something should have been down. He scored a touchdown anyway, and yet you were perfectly reasonable about the whole situation.
I was, because I'm on a live mic and I can't really let all the words fly that I would if I was in the other room.
All right. Well, you should have let it flown. You should have. But
you got a holy Jesus out of me.
We did get a holy Jesus. I saw a holy Jesus in the end zone. We appreciate your time. We appreciate any of your time. Go be with your husband. Sink into the love, and we hope that you win this game. Our show is officially. I've felt it. I've seen it. Our show is now officially rooting for you.
I love you. Thank you. I miss you guys.
Thanks, Christine.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Nice seeing you. That was a bit of physics contorting at the goal line there in terms of athleticism. The Chiefs did a lot to keep the Bills from a yard over 3 plays there.
That was, given the circumstance, and I appreciated it fully on the slow motion replay, that was one of the great, really short touchdown runs in memory. It was huge. It's great.
In recent memory.
Yes,
at least today. Like for today, it's the best one I've seen today.
Best of the last 2 games.
The best 1-yard run you will see. And now the Chiefs got a big one here.
Third and
10. Now the Chiefs got a big one here. There you go.
We got texted a stat of the day courtesy of Mike Schur. The Eagles today.
Hold on, we need the music. You got to respect the music. You can't just throw
especially
that
when
out
Papi's
here.
in the house.
What are you doing? Like, come on, you got to do
Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is the start of the day.
This stat comes courtesy of show intern Mike Schur. The Eagles had 7 rushing touchdowns today. The Cowboys had 6 this season.
This is a big play here on 3rd and 15. Again, the Cowboys tried to sneak a head coach past us. When no one was looking on Friday night, the Cowboys tried to hide a Schottenheimer and rush him through a back door.
Not even a good one.
Nick Wright's words loom large. It's a 3rd and 15.
This is a big play.
Potentially stopped on back-to-back drives.
Yes.
After he said they would not stop them at all.
They know how to win. 3rd and 15 would be a good time to know how to win.
Oh, dropped. Is that Hollywood Brown? There you go, Dan. You
Poor
happy?
Hollywood.
Are you happy, Dan?
Poor Hollywood.
Bad pass, though. Bad pass.
You call him West Hollywood Brown is more like it.
Let's see if he could have made this.
What does that mean? What's wrong with West Hollywood?
Well, he's going with Hollywood as in, the stars and Hollywood, California.
He's from Florida.
West Hollywood, the lesser Hollywood.
You're talking about
That's all I'm
Florida,
saying.
West
Yeah.
Hollywood?
Wait, everybody. Time to sync.
Hometown of Greg Cody.
Time to sync.
7. It's 7. the
Punt. You're going a little hard with it. Usually it's softer.
It is a little hard.
It's a serious punt. Baby.
This is pretty good. You got the Bills. The Bills got a chance here.
I'm wondering what it's going to take for Nick Wright to get into those hard lemonades that have been in his fridge for a few years. It's going to take just the Bills just winning, right? And he'll be finishing those.
Yeah, he'll qualify for them.
It would be pretty funny if he were that confident, and what would happen is just a Buffalo Avalanche in the second half because
he might blame us.
Well, you do. That's
blame
fine.
himself.
That's fine. You do have to understand that this person has been able to ride a crest of post-Patriots arrogance to I'm the one who represents championship arrogance in this sport. We are a team that in this situation in the second half, we've been practicing all our lives for this. This is when we turn it on. He's legitimately believing that the Chiefs have some sort of secret ability to win football games that the Buffalo Bills do not have. I understand why he believes it. It just represents something that runs against everything I believe about sports. Like, I don't believe the Chiefs are what I've seen them be all season, and I fear that Patrick Mahomes will know how to win at the end. Patrick Mahomes will have nothing to do with whether the Chiefs make a stop here. Patrick Mahomes knowing how to win and Andy Reid knowing how to coach offense will have nothing to do about whether or not the Bills can go up 9 if they go up 2 here, if they go for 2 after scoring a touchdown and they can make it a 2-score game.
I'm trying to figure out what the next move that we can beat Nick Wright to, right? Because he's made his career of defending LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes. Should we get in front of him and just start being the Victor Wembanyama show that he can never jump on top of? Because then who's he going to go to?
Yeah. We need a take.
I mean, we need somebody that's clear and obvious, the best in their sport, and we need to latch on to them and defend them against all haters, and we will seem like the geniuses.
I tried to do that with Jokic on Friday, and you guys wouldn't let me.
They wouldn't let you.
They said,
he's not winning all
I was
the
saying that
championships.
Jokic
He doesn't do numbers.
I was saying that it's impossible to make the argument that anyone has been a better offensive basketball player than Jokic
I agree with
in
you.
the history of the sport.
Yeah, visually, he's not a superstar. You know, he looks big and heavy and lumberly. I'm just saying.
That's what it is. Like
Doesn't
that,
have an elegant game.
He's more of a West
But
Hollywood
his
type of
game
guy.
is elegant. He's just ugly.
But his physique is not, right?
Yeah. You're saying his game is ugly. His game's not ugly.
He's a slab of meat.
Zagag.
Aren't we all, Dan?
We are
It's the
back
arms.
from commercial break at Arrowhead Stadium as the two best quarterbacks in the league are doing battle.
Mike, to your point on the
Other
Bills'
than Lamar
last drive,
Jackson.
it was 11 of 12 plays were rushes, and they had 8 consecutive rushes on that drive. In the first half, the most consecutive rush plays was 3. So they really were trying to eat up that clock.
It's also an interesting thing, right? If the Chiefs are going to try and take away Josh Allen throwing and they're going to take away Josh Allen running, James Cook has been a pretty deadly option the last couple of weeks while we keep talking about the quarterback.
The synchronized head turn that Izzy and I both had at Jeremy.
Clock.
They are just going to run the ball. It does sort of defeat all of the storylines when we make it Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes all week, and then all they do is hand the ball to James Cook throughout the third
I
quarter.
mean, Josh is always going to have that throw.
The Bills are like me in Madden when I can't make a stop on defense. I'm like, I am going to run this ball and never let them get the ball back again.
Just wanted to leave you there.
This is funny what they're doing, though. This is funny where, okay, Chiefs, you want to give us 8 yards of carry? We'll take that. You want to keep doing everything in your power to stop us from Josh Allen running or throwing? All right, we'll just keep handing it this entire quarter to James Cook.
It would be funny if the idea is, hey, we got to keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands, therefore let's keep it out of Josh Allen's hands, and yeah, everybody loses.
That's right.
I mean, they had a couple big conversions with Josh Allen running the ball in that last drive, too.
Look, man, they have turned Josh Allen into a non-reckless quarterback who they want to be playing out of 2nd and 1 like this because they can just control the ball during the game. And the Chiefs.
Wait, was that a fumble?
Drop that little black thing.
The thing that has been frustrating about watching the Chiefs the last 4 or 5 years is that I just hate that they're a 17-play drive team now. Like it's just brutal. We'll watch their excellence and this quarterback. This watch.
Yeah, if you just the thing to the left again.
Why go to the left?
Please
go
go
straight,
right.
dude.
He did it again.
What are you doing?
It hasn't worked one time.
The left guard cannot beat his man. Do not go that way.
It has not worked one time.
It's all right. Well,
They're going for it.
do
Let
again.
somebody push your tush, bro.
He did have someone pushing his tush there. Ray Davis.
Like, go to the right one time.
One time.
One time.
He appreciates the feedback. He's Josh Allen. He's got this.
Chris Cody said
Go
earlier,
right then.
I wonder if they're listening.
He just wanted more time coming off the clock.
It goes right next time.
Chris Cody thinks the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, that Spagnuolo is in here listening to what it is that Chris Cody
He's
is
like, he's
saying.
going left every time, guys.
We're in his program, too.
Chris, guys, the Le Batard Show is reporting that Josh Allen keeps going to his left.
Eat that clock up.
9, 8,
Yes.
7.
Oh, come on. You got to get up
6,
there and try and get him to jump
lay out,
offside.
4,
You got to get in there and try and get him
2,
to jump offside.
1, 0.
And we're back.
Let's all hold up. Let's all hold up 4s.
I'm going to make an announcement as the quarters switch. Buffalo Bills have the momentum. We all like to judge who's got momentum. It's the Bills.
Right, but if
Pretty
they get,
obvious
if
at
they
this
get
point.
stopped
You're
on
welcome.
4th and short here, then all of a sudden Kansas City's got the
Yeah,
momentum.
it's a game of flux.
Big momentum play here.
It's a game of flux.
It's a game of flux. Momentum switches. You know, it's like the wind. You have to always rejudge momentum and be flexible with it.
She's like the wind.
Ah! That's not bad. I caught that. That's not bad. Pretty good by Mike Ryan.
Watching him process that joke over 5
It's 4
seconds
beers.
was hilarious.
It's the 4 beers, 5 seconds. Yes,
Right.
it's the.
Speaking of 4 beers.
Yeah, you got to get him another one.
Yeah, get another one.
He's
You got a whole
That
five.
one too, eh?
he's a little light.
Miller Lite.
In the loafers?
Hello. Nothing wrong with that. No log in it.
What?
Again with this.
Not currently.
Yeah, there might be.
Depends on which state you're in. For now. This is a big play here. 4th and short.
A fun Josh Allen stat for you per Bills PR. When the weather is below freezing, Josh Allen has led the Bills to a 12-2 record and has an NFL best plus 167-point differential.
It's good.
Well, what does the weather feel like?
All I know is it's 26 degrees in Kansas City.
It doesn't look that cold. The game has not seemed to be affected by weather. Are these
Right.
In Florida here? We've got the coldest days that we've had in 3 years. We've got the 40s and the 30s coming to Florida. Iguanas are falling from the sky. They're falling out of trees, frozen. It is. I read the other day that Pensacola got more snow in a day than Juneau, Alaska got this month.
A bizarre stat.
Shocking.
Tallahassee had more inches of snow than the Seminoles had winds.
You're referring to the John Anderson song, Seminole Wind?
He is not.
Oh.
Winds as in
Oh,
Florida
winds.
State?
I was thinking Seminole Wind. My hero, John Anderson.
I'm glad you were thinking about that.
She's like the wind.
I don't want to go there. No, that's not my favorite.
Hey, I
John
get that
Anderson
joke.
Song.
I was
When
just
the Hee Haw 3 reunite, Jeremy.
Can you guys hear the slur in his voice? Because we're headed to the magic stuff in the 4th quarter.
I just told him in his headset, start singing it. He's like, I don't do that.
I mean, Seminole. If you know Seminole Wind, it starts so slow.
How does it start?
It's like an
Many
intro.
in our audience do
It's like
know
an
Seminole
instrumental
Wind.
for the first
you,
minute.
you don't have to sing the instrumental.
Go ahead and start. Go.
No.
Just give us what you got.
Can you sing She's Like the Wind?
Can you give us any song for this 4th and 1 call? It's an important call in the game. If we can have the singing.
A high-dollar woman.
Huge play.
In a low-cut dress.
Okay.
God never wanted me to have a woman like that, I
go, Wright.
guess. That's Got It Made by John Anderson.
Don't try and get him to jump off sides.
Yeah! Over the top! We don't call
Just
it.
go
Oh, no,
straight.
did he fumble?
Did he fumble? Did he
Hang on,
fumble?
one
Did he
second.
fumble? Did he
Where's
fumble?
the
He
flag?
didn't get it.
Did he fumble?
He got the
He
first
absolutely
down.
got.
He definitely got it.
I was
Yeah,
looking the
but
other
did
way.
he fumble?
I forgot we switched sides for the quarters.
They're signaling fumble.
I thought he was still going the other way.
There's
Oh.
Bills ball.
We got all
good.
disoriented. We got all
It's all good.
disoriented.
Man, that would have been bad for his legacy.
Chris had the blue line being the first
Last
down.
quarter, he was going that way.
Celebrate that.
It was
Thought
also
he jumped
That's on me.
backwards.
That's on
Chris
me.
thought Josh Allen jumped backwards.
That's
It
on
was
me, guys.
confusing. They switched sides. Everybody there at the 50-yard line. Chris
It
Cody.
was indeed a fumble.
Oh,
Chris Cody
man.
got disoriented. He got spun around.
How is that not a fumble?
Face mask.
It is a
It
fumble.
was
they
a
just said-
fumble.
oh,
They
they
just
said
got
they
it back.
recovered it. Okay.
It is a fumble, but they recovered it. Do any of you find stupid that after all of this season, everyone fighting for all of this real estate acquisition, we're still deciding this an inch at a time with this kind of rugby scrum that's stupid?
I mean, it's been a big day for it. I know Washington had the laughable thing that they did that's going to be remembered on that second down, but Washington, the way that they defended it, showed like, hey, there's an answer for how you line up against this thing, for the push that you get, for the timing. And Buffalo's had a really difficult time going at Kansas City's defensive line in these short yardage situations. They've converted most of them, but it has not come easy.
I don't think they've converted most of them. They've gotten to 4th down and then converted some of it. Like they've been sitting here trying these dumbass plays all game, and the success rate isn't probable. We're not playing math probabilities anymore on, hey, Buffalo, Kansas City can stop you in these short yardage situations with Josh just running straight ahead. That shit don't work.
And it always does. always. This is an elite short yardage team. So I hear your original take, but it's kind of been a big day for stopping teams in short yardage situations.
This game is too difficult for defensive players. You should not be allowed to push an offensive player through a line. They've got to do something about it because, again, they've already made it way too difficult for defensive players. So many things that you can't do you would think makes sense, like jumping over the line to block something. You can't do that.
One of the things that's stupid about it is there's 11 minutes. This is a big play. 11 minutes of action in every football game. 11 minutes of, look at that. 11 minutes of real action in a football game. To have so much of it tied up with we're going to go for trying to get 4 inches on second down, on third down, on
perfect
fourth
setup
down.
because it looks like it's about to happen again.
Yeah, they're going to do the whole same thing again.
A fourth and short. This one's real short. Call players. Not
down.
plays.
He
got it.
He went left again.
Barely.
No,
He did go left.
He went left
He didn't
again.
hop left, though.
Whoa, these referees are not agreeing on this spot.
The referees are in different places.
They are.
It's just got to be touching the 40, though, because he's got it.
That referee.
That'll get reviewed. He got that.
He
that's
definitely
so
got
close.
it.
I
don't know what that
you guys
linesman
don't
was
think
doing.
this is stupid? All of
It is
this is
stupid.
stupid.
What are our options?
All of
This is not stupid. This is awesome. Ooh, I don't know, Jim.
I think he got the perfect spot. That is barely touching the line on the 40 there.
The technology
He
exists
got-
to
he-
surround the ball with laser
He
points.
got it. He
and
got
not
it.
have to rely on human beings.
Listen to what he's saying and shut up. Back away from your microphones and listen to this expertise. Say it again, Greg.
All right, let's get this
Say
signal.
it again, please.
Okay, the technology exists to surround a football with laser points and not have to rely on human beings to decide how far the ball went.
Actually, that's a misnomer. Look, the UFL has done some tests with this, and the results have been hit or miss when it comes to the science hasn't been perfected when it comes to football.
Okay, they're hit or miss because you don't know where the runner's knee hit and when it hit relative to the advance of the ball. I'm just saying that technology exists to let you know exactly how far the ball advanced.
Where forward progress was stopped.
Right.
Let's go to my father out here. He's in the other room. He's got his microphone. He's going to turn it on here. Let's get to Papi's instant.
I'm ready. Too
right.
many close calls there. I don't like this thing. You know, I mean, these referees, they, I think that they could make the wrong call right there. No?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yes.
there you have it.
Yes. What are your thoughts so far on what it is that's happening here? Are you nervous? Who are you rooting for?
Oh, I'm rooting for the winner. Are you kidding me? That's it. Whoever wins is fine with me.
Dad, what kind of rooting strategy is that?
A useless answer.
Well, I mean, you know what? If I root for the Bills, the Chiefs fans are going to get pissed at me. If I root for the Chiefs, the Bills fans are going to be pissed at me. So I'm just walking right in the middle. That's it.
He's rooting for a
Whoever
tie.
wins is going to have a lot of fun.
I mean, Dan, how dumb would he look if he stands out there cheering for the loser after the
That's
game? Of
right.
course
You
he's
don't.
cheering
That's
for the
right. You
winner.
don't cheer for the loser. You got to cheer for the winner.
Ridiculous.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Papi. I appreciate that commentary. You're rooting for the cashews is what you're rooting for.
That too. Yeah, that too. I got to hit the cashew, draw there, you know. You got a good selection of cashews there.
You ain't wrong.
Dad, I don't understand how I can come to you with commentary on who you're rooting for and you hit me with a no comment.
No, I gave you a straight answer, right down the middle.
You gave me a shitty answer,
No
Dad.
hanky-panky, no in between, no guessing game. You know, you see what you get. That's it. I'm rooting for the winner. There's nothing wrong with that.
No hanky-panky.
That's right.
How would there be hanky-panky in a situation like
There's
that?
a lot of hanky-panky going with these referees. I tell you that right now.
All right, here we go. He's about to announce it.
That's right.
Papi, tell me more about hanky-panky.
Oh, that was a hell of a dance in
Hold on,
back in the
Papi.
60s.
Hold on.
First down, Kansas City.
Oh, my God.
Kansas City, stop.
They
My
stopped
God.
him.
Wow.
I can't believe that.
Papi, it was an stop. It was.
Your
my
dad ain't
God.
wrong about that hanky-panky song in the 60s.
I'm telling you, I didn't see any flags, but I think that the refs, they blew that call.
Here we go again. This is stupid. You guys will agree this is stupid. This is an exercise in stupidity. I mean, come on. We're going to decide a season based on where the ball was there.
All right. It's easy to be the critic here. What's your solution?
Let them play.
And that's it. That's a good one.
That's right. Get the referees out of the game.
Yes. My father's theory of eliminate the referees. Yes.
12:43, 42, 41.
Shaping up for a big moment for Harrison Butker. Potentially.
Those
to
are
be the hero.
They are showing where the two
Once again.
the two referees are they're spotting the ball in different places. It is.
Bring your ladies into the living room and let them
And
watch.
let them see. And then
Lucky number
shoot them
7.
back in.
Nice tackle. It's a rudimentary skill.
Oh,
of
that
football.
was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot.
What do you mean it was a cheap shot?
Push out of bounds at the end.
That's not right.
Where's the microphone?
He's sitting on his microphone.
Papi,
No, I'm not sitting on my. No.
Giving birth to a microphone.
There you go.
Papi, I know that
Somebody missed a tackle there. That guy's a bum. The one who missed right there. He missed a tackle. Get him fired.
Papi.
And that was a cheap shot. You know what I mean? Get the two of those guys fired. The two of them.
Papi, you're a professional broadcaster. You've been doing this for many years. I need you to keep the microphone in front of your face, okay? Stop sitting on the microphone.
No, I wasn't sitting on the. Yeah, really?
Smell it.
Wow, that was a cheap shot. That was below the belt there.
Smells like salmon.
It's deteriorating.
At my age, anything smells good.
What?
Whatever that means.
Greg, are you that age yet?
Not quite. I hope to get there.
I have no
Papi's my hero.
I have no idea what that means.
Well,
at my age,
I cannot be juicy.
Is your dad horny?
I don't know. My father's simply saying that at his age, there are no bad smells. That once you get into 80, that's it. The fact that you're smelling anything.
If I can smell, I'm alive. That's what
right.
matters, baby.
That's the message.
David Sampson notwithstanding.
I'm going to be choosy about the smells. Are you kidding me?
All right, Papi. I'm glad we checked in with you. Good talking to you.
Oh, the Chiefs score. Oh.
That fourth and short. That fourth and short. You have to be shitting me.
How great is this game?
Got to go for 2 here, right?
Yes.
Did you know Hanky Panky was actually not about anything sexual when it was originated?
It's just supposed to be mischievous.
What's the history of Hanky Panky?
1840, Hanky Panky was sort of like hocus pocus, just sort of mischievous sort of phrasing. And then George Bernard Shaw used it as a sexual term for the first time in 1939.
Wow. And that's when Papi linked on.
Right off the top of your head.
Well, there was a song in the 60s called Hanky Panky. It was actually a big hit. I can't remember who sang it.
This is a big 2-point conversion. We'll get right back to that. We'll find out who sang Hanky Panky in the 1960s after this 2-point.
Is Papi still trying to talk to us? What do you got, Papi?
No Gray.
I lost my train of thought.
No, it's Watson. Watson, yeah.
The Shondells in 1964 released Hanky Panky.
My baby does the hanky panky.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's the way it began.
Why'd they go for 2 there?
To make it 7?
To go 7, yeah.
Oh, that was
Okay, I was doing the wrong math.
And there she is. Mouth wide open. Can't believe what she just saw.
That's Taylor Swift you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's got to be really fun to start watching football and just have your team be the Chiefs of the last couple of years. It's pretty special to get to just join in on that one.
She has to be confused in general about how it is that people experience the world, because hating her where she arrives everywhere to simply consume all of the popular and good and winning things that there are anywhere, it's a pretty privileged life to just arrive. I'm going to date the greatest tight end ever, and when I watch all their games, they're always going to win.
Well, Jeremy has her never having watched football before she dated Travis Kelce.
Well,
I think
no,
that
consistently
might
in
be
a
stretch.
box. Consistently in a box as a fan of a team. She was an Eagles fan before, and then all of a sudden now she's a Chiefs fan. And when you jump on that Chiefs bandwagon and you're watching consistently, and it's just these last 2 years where every win is by one score, and they won a Super Bowl and now might win another one. It's a pretty special thing to jump onto.
I think it's a sweet story. I know people are cynical about it. I think Taylor Swift is great. The Chiefs are great. The fact that there's that symbiosis right now with the two of them, it's all good. I wish the Bills win, but we love Taylor Swift.
That right there was an enormous inch. The idea that the Bills now will have to overcome something here in the fourth quarter to be better than Patrick Mahomes at winning, when at the end of this game, even if they tie it, they're going to have a decision to make about whether to go for 1 or 2, and then they're going to give the ball with time back to Patrick Mahomes at the end of this game.
It's the way it has to happen for him, right? Like, you're not going to blow Patrick Mahomes out. You're not going to get lucky. They're not going to screw this up. You've got to win, and you've got to be ballsy and go for 2. That's how it has to happen.
And you've got to leave them no time, because now you're in a position where he's going to
12 seconds or less. You have to leave 12 seconds or less.
He's got the game right now exactly where he wants it. And that offense is not that good, and that offense had nothing to do with how it is they got that stop for an inch that may go back to, should we have reviewed it? Is the camera right? Didn't it seem like he had made the yard line? How is it that is reviewed and goes back to the Chiefs when it looked to us like that was a ball that had crossed the yard marker?
Here's what's going to drive me crazy, though. If they don't run it every play here. Like, just because you're down now doesn't mean that that running game did not work. If Buffalo doesn't run it all the way down the field, they're a bunch of dummies.
You say that, but you really do leave yourself in a position to be questioned. If you're on the road, you're down 7, you've got the MVP, and you continue to take the ball by strategy out of his hand because you're his coach. Like, I understand what you're saying. We've been watching it. We've been sitting here watching that the game plan in the second half is take the ball out of Josh Allen's hand and just keep handing it to James Cook. Take what it is that the Chiefs are giving.
They can still use his feet, but don't throw it as much.
Stop running it over the left guard.
They open the drive for the throw.
Yeah, and 10-yard throw.
This is the game the NFL and America needed. After that first game, a letdown, a rout. This game, and like you say, the way it may end with a 2-point decision, magic.
Well, you guys saw, I don't know if you saw that the college football ratings were pretty terrible comparatively, right? They're still good, but 3 of the last 5 national championship games have been among the lowest 5 in the history of the ratings in the sport. And in that case, this is going to be a big gain here. In that case, the reason that happened largely beyond inauguration, beyond the fact that people are new to the playoff, is that the game was 31-7, and so people just checked out on it very early. Here, these numbers are going to grow. People right now are gathering around their televisions. At sports bars in America, people are waiting to see who's going to be the Super Bowl participant, and they're tuning in now to see how it is that this is going to end, because the entire season and what we believe to be 2 of the best teams in the sport, the whole thing's going to come down to a couple of inches, a couple of plays after they played, 18, 19 games this season.
8:55, 54, 53, 52.
I'm going to get one more drink. See if I could slur my way through the whole last part of the broadcast.
What are you drinking?
You're holding up great.
Grapefruit juice?
Cuervo tequila.
That invented tequila.
If Buffalo does score, the Chiefs will have to score more than 30 in regulation for the first time all season to win this one. which is pretty crazy that they're here considering they didn't do that.
Yeah, all the other teams that are in that grouped with them are bad.
It's insane.
I mean, these have been shorter passes in this drive.
I'm sure everyone's going to be super chill about the Chiefs getting the ball because the refs got the spot wrong, right?
Yeah, and
the internet's already.
And we didn't catch it, but in the first half, before the 2-minute warning, there should have been a delay of game. But the delay of game would have hit at 2:01, and they just gave them the 2-minute warning instead. So the internet seized on that.
Dad, what's the most you've ever dressed up for a sporting event? I just saw like a Chiefs fan in just a ridiculous outfit.
Oh, I've never done that. I've never been a face painter. No. Oh, wow.
13.
Wow.
Look at 13. Pick it up, buddy.
3rd and 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anytime he's throwing a bullet up the middle.
What a
that's
game.
complete
Mac the knife. Am I right?
Bills wide receivers wearing number 13 against the Chiefs. Very good. Gabe Davis was number 13.
Oh.
Tried to run the Jalen Hurts.
Like 4
didn't work.
touchdowns in that game.
When Josh Allen runs, it's got to be an RPO, right? He's got to fake it and then go wide. He can't just run up the middle like a fullback. I don't get that play they keep running and failing at.
That was a big-time throw.
It
That was
a great
certainly
throw.
a big-time throw. And
to who?
It was a big-time catch.
Mahomes, baby.
What do you do down there the whole time, Taylor?
Don't ask.
Baby.
Come on.
We are at 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, shit. All right, threw it away.
It just drives me up a wall when you've got that type of mobile quarterback. You're at the 3 or 4, and you're just not at least running out of the pocket, right?
Yes.
At least give yourself
Thank
a
you.
chance, because
Yes.
at that point, if it's not run-pass option, it's just going to be I don't know. It's just that you're not giving yourself every chance to make that play successful.
Yep. Take advantage of the mobility.
You're going for this, right, every time? Because 4 does nothing for you, being down 4.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 'cause if they score again,
you
you're
got to
done.
go for it.
I don't know, Jim. Depends on where the ball is.
Yeah, like a sack maybe. If they get sacked here, they might kick it.
No, you got to score touchdowns.
You got to
man.
score a touchdown at this point.
These situations, the math is
timeout.
could go either way.
KC, timeout.
The math is something that I would not trust if I'm playing Patrick Mahomes. I need touchdowns. I'm not kicking the field goal and giving the football back to him. Like in the history of the sport, there's only one other quarterback I'm not giving the ball to with a field goal.
The math would also tell you that the Kansas City Chiefs have not scored over 30 points in regulation all season long.
They're pretty close to it right now.
I understand.
The question is 1 point or 2 if they score.
That is not the only question.
That's a new question.
Get in the end zone first.
It's a question.
Look, you guys are agreeing. You're not agreeing. You if they kick the field goal, if they get to the 2-yard line,
I want to see where the ball is.
We're just saying if there's a sack
Where
here,
do
and
I?
if they're on the 12-yard
Where
line.
do I have to? Yes, fine.
I
The 12-yard
think
line.
right now the math would be pretty borderline on it's a
But
coin flip.
I'm asking you, where do I have to put the ball where you're comfortable?
I want to see what happens on this play.
4th and 5, 4th and 6. I'm still going for it.
I wouldn't be too confident if the ball doesn't advance.
No chance. No chance.
Now I'm definitely not going for it based on
Okay,
that
good.
play call. Like, I don't trust my play call.
They've been taking my lunch on short yardage
Man, I
situations.
hate that play call.
I think you go for it here.
What did I tell you about the running?
They are going to go for it.
I don't want a field goal here. Like I'm not giving the ball back to Patrick Mahomes so they can just make it
There's 6 minutes left.
Yeah,
I'm
11
taking
point
the
game.
points.
You're going to get
here.
the ball back to him either way. You're not avoiding the boogeyman.
That's fine, but I might be giving the ball back to him when I've got the lead. Like I either tie the game. That's fine to give him the ball back. I've got my timeouts.
I get what you're saying, but my point of view would be I need to stop him either way.
So
my season's over if I
You'd
don't
kick
stop
a
him
field
either
goal
way.
here. You'd kick a field goal
I
here.
would kick a field goal here.
I would
Woo!
not be
It'd be
down by
close.
4 points with 6 minutes left.
Just run the ball up the middle.
Great play.
Hello.
Curtis Samuel.
That's what I'm talking. The ghost of Curtis Samuel.
First catch of the
Let's go.
game. First catch of the game.
Yeah, because he dropped the other one.
Now 1 point. They're going to go for 1, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos there.
Yeah.
Jeff Ross.
A skinny Jeff Ross. If Jeff Ross was sick.
Hey, he is.
He is.
Balls.
He is.
Balls.
All right, 1 or 2 here. What's your call?
Well, they're going to go for 1.
Sure
That's a
about that?
really good throw.
Wow.
Yeah,
Linebacker came out of nowhere.
It seemed
That's
like
a
he was
bad
wide
job by
open
23 there. He just tagged him like he had a safety back there, and immediately after, I was like, oh, nope, you know what? My bad. That was my guy.
From the broadcast angle, I thought that he was pretty wide open because no one was around him, but the window that Josh Allen fit that ball through in that angle from behind the quarterback,
Could have
holy
been
cow.
deflected. Yeah,
Extra point attempt.
It's good.
Wow, look at that.
Right there.
Beautiful.
My God, pal.
What a game.
That is the play. Incidentally, you have to tie the football game there and not go for 2 with that much time left.
Yeah, that's the play, huh?
I'm just telling you what the math is on that
Okay.
play. I'm not telling you what
Right.
my personal opinion is. Like that, there wouldn't be a lot of circumstances under which the math would suggest that you go for 2 there, but especially given what Buffalo has done in short yardage situations
Yeah.
in this game, like you take the 90% 1 point.
I'm not
kick.
disputing that, but I wonder if there are coaches in the NFL, Dan Quinn, Mike Crazy McDaniel, who might go for 2 right there.
With 6 minutes left, like
Yeah.
maybe if it's one play for the game and you don't want to, if it's one play for the game and you don't want to give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes and you're just like, I'll make a play that decides the game with me and my MVP having the ball versus their MVP having the ball. I understand it, but with 6 minutes left and 3 timeouts, you've got a ton of time left.
There's an eternity left in this game, potentially.
This game was played one time, and there was an eternity left when there were 13 seconds left.
Right. No, I'd have gone for 1 to tie it, but I just think that somewhere in the league, there are a couple of head coaches going, you know what? I'd have gone for 2.
This game also started 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it's been a long game.
Tell me the coaches you think are sitting around saying, you know what? I would have gone for 2.
The ex-coaches, the ones who've been fired.
And Dan Campbell.
They're all in Cancun.
Right. Yes. Dan the man.
Yeah, this is pretty good. This is about what we thought it was going to be, right? Except I actually thought that there would be, that the weather would impact some of the offensive play, and that has not been the case. Like, this has just been 2 teams at the very top of the sport, and there's not any difference between them. Like, what's the difference between these 2 teams? It's somebody's going to win the game, and we're going to say that's the better team today. And if the Chiefs win it, we're going to say that's the better team forever. Like, if the Chiefs win this game, we're going to be saying that look at what this is down to right here. Josh Allen, it's 6 minutes for, do you want to be one of the best ever or not? Or do you want to get stuck in the narrative behind this guy because he's the one who's going to win everything on your watch? The way Tom Brady won everything on Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers' watch. Like, it's 6 minutes and he gets the ball and everyone knows that he's the one who knows how to win in these situations.
Is this even worse? I mean, this is worse than the Jim Kelly situation, right? Like, let's just say you fast forward throughout his career, he's never able to get by the Kansas City Chiefs, which means Josh Allen never makes a Super Bowl, and people think 50 years from now that this guy sucked.
Which is crazy because of how amazing he's been in this game.
He's
But
had an
Mahomes
MVP
owns him.
season.
Mahomes owns him. Like, there's never, ever, ever been a quarterback.
But he doesn't. It's a team game.
A
Like,
quarterback,
that's like kind of what Dan's saying. Like,
fair, but a quarterback to beat another quarterback 4 straight times in the playoffs has never happened. This would be the very first time that that's happened. 4 straight times in the postseason.
The stat they just showed on the screen is Andy Reid has won 16 straight one-possession games in the postseason. That it's never happened before.
There has to be like a meeting, right, with him, like Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Clyde Drexler, all the people that Michael Jordan beat, and now it's Josh Allen, who's the victim of Patrick Mahomes, who's never going to get a title.
So a face mask tacked on at the end of that.
Oh, these 1-score games throughout the year probably helped the Chiefs in this scenario. I mean, they
Well,
won
that's
12
a bad
of them.
face mask.
was thinking about doing a bit where we try to convince Chris Cody to combine words that don't land too good for him. Kareem Hunt is one of those names. I didn't try it, though, because then Chris would be in trouble.
Thank you for not doing that. I
We'll use
appreciate
our imagination.
That. It's been a quiet Travis Kelce game.
It's all the hair.
The Chiefs are going to be over 30 points and are going to have this will be one of their highest scoring games of the season, right? Because that offense has not been very good.
Presently tied for the highest. They haven't scored over 30 points.
They are going to be in a position here where they score more points than they've scored all season, and you can't name somebody on their offense who's had a particularly good game.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean,
Mahomes and Worthy.
Other than him.
Worthy's shown up today for them.
Kareem Hunt, quiet, nice little game.
Yeah.
Where the hell's Pacheco been?
4 yards a carry.
It's above his average. He averaged 3.4.
Gotta go light brown on that one, Travis. The dark brown, maybe even medium, but the dark brown is just too aggressive.
Has Mahomes been sacked?
Yeah.
Oh, there's wow.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Worthy's been damn good today.
There's just nobody else that just sits in that pocket like that and is not bothered for a second. Like, to see him coming across here was probably his third read through traffic. Like, nobody else does that.
Burrow does, but that's about the list. Like, Burrow head up, stepping into the pocket. You're right. There aren't.
No, you're right, and I think that Burrow has done it because early on in his career he's had such terrible offensive lines that he's had to train himself to do that. But yeah, those are the two guys.
Worthy up to 6 for 85.
Yeah,
today.
that's a good game.
I don't know. I don't know how someone. Oh, that's going to be a sack.
That's
right?
a big play right there.
I don't know. Holding them to a field goal here would be pretty giant.
Huge.
I don't know how, given what it is that these people are facing, how any human being has the strength to keep their head up stepping into a pocket when what's coming at them from every angle is coming at them that fast. Like, to keep your head up down the field when you step up into a pocket in today's game, I don't know how you learn that skill. And not many of them do, because I feel like most of them end up evacuating the pocket. It's very few of them that step into the center of the pocket.
45, 44.
Oh, that's good. That's a bad pass. And he didn't drop that.
That
That was a bad pass. Look at this. So this is pretty good. What do you do here? So here you got 3rd and goal, and here you got knows how to win. And now you've got, this is pretty tough when you're in this part of the field to convert 3rd and goal when you're 14 yards out. And you know what's bailed out the Chiefs for many years in this situation? A defensive holding, a penalty of some sort.
Or a quarterback run. He's going to get to like the one, and they're going to go for it on 4th
yards,
and 1.
Not 15 yards. But
the primary read here is going to be 87, though, right?
It's got to be. It's got to be Kelce.
Man, this is tough. This is a tough spot.
You just try to call up a play that gets you close.
Good rush.
Oh, good pass rush.
All right. It's our time.
That's all.
Number 7. It's our lucky number 7.
All right. So now you
got Williamson.
So here it is.
Children to bed.
Holy shit!
They wanted to call a flag there so bad.
Yeah.
You know, there's one ref just like,
come on,
man.
This is pretty good.
10 for 10.
Harrison Butker.
Due for a miss.
Boo. Due for a miss from 35 yards out.
Get a boink it, lift upright.
You guys want to go to my father on what he thinks of Harrison Butker's views on women?
I think we're good.
Damn, right down the middle. What?
I'm just laughing. Me and Roy are laughing. Me and Roy are just laughing over here.
Casey Wolf, the Chiefs mascot, did the running man over next to the field goal.
Classic.
He always delivers.
We all know he was Casey Wolf. You didn't have to tell us he was the mascot.
Oh, just making sure. Due diligence there.
Let's go out to Papi here in the other room and get his commentary on what it is that he thinks is going to happen here. Papi, do you have any predictions? Nick Wright is in position right now to eat a lot of crow nationally. He was very bold when he talked at halftime. I know you have said, Papi, that you are only rooting for the winner. It is one of the strangest things and one of the strangest predictions I've ever heard in the history of the medium. What are you feeling right now? What would you like to happen right now, Papi?
Well, I tell you one thing. I'm very happy for that field goal kicker because if he misses that field goal, all hell they're going to break loose in Kansas City, you know. They were going to put a contract on his head, so, you know, I'm very happy for him.
Okay, I'm not going to do what I was
contract on his
do
head
before about
Yeah,
Harris.
sure. You know how much money was on that kick? Are you kidding me?
Not the question I asked you, not an answer that I was expecting. You're rooting for what here, Papi?
Well, I think that they're going to tie the game. I think that it's going
already
to
tied,
overtime.
Huh? Okay, no, it was already tied. All right, it was already tied. So you think that the Buffalo Bills are going to score 3 points here? You think they're only going to get a field goal?
Well, I don't think that they're going to score at all.
Well, that would make it hard to tie the game.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's my prediction. I changed my prediction.
Okay, I'll check in with you here in a little while. It's getting late, and it's
To recap,
He's an
the Buffalo
81-year-old
Bills
man.
are somehow going
Oh.
to tie the game without scoring.
A toss play. Oh.
327, 26, 25, 24.
Has Greg Cody gotten a sixth beer?
Who's counting?
This is about the time where Chris Jones earns his money, is it not? This is pretty dramatic right here.
Great game.
There we go, my
Get
guy.
that rushing over, baby!
There we go.
Hold that rock, dude.
What's
Yeah,
the,
man.
What's the rushing over? 30, 31, 32?
I hopped on live.
31, 32 yards?
Got him at 40,
Every Bills
45.
fan during that play is, hold it! Hold it! Ah!
What was that pump
he's
fake
now at
30 yards
39.
down the field? Unnecessary.
It always works, though. These defenders, like 20 yards down the field, fall for the pump fake.
He hasn't been sacked very much either. Has he been sacked? Has Josh Allen been sacked?
Now he will be.
I feel like he has once or twice.
2 times for 10 yards.
He just sailed out. Yeah.
Somebody missed his route.
No, he got lucky, sailed it.
This is big right here.
Sports, huh?
Yeah.
I know they have their timeouts, but you don't really feel confident that you're going to stop Patrick Mahomes if he gets the ball again. So you kind of
Let's
just
not get ahead of ourselves. Come
you
on.
kind of have to score here.
Fight forever.
Kind of have to score.
Oh!
Oh, boy.
Kinda
3rd
have
and
to
10.
score a
No,
touchdown.
even from there, I feel like this is 4 down territory.
He's getting a little too happy looking down the middle of the field here. He might need to go to the edges. That's a crowded middle of the field right there.
Well, these are some giant plays right here. And I will say again, in this situation, I don't want to be the Chiefs. When he's in 3rd and 10 and I'm on defense, I don't want to be on defense when he's in 3rd and 10.
In the box. There's a lot of guys in the box.
Wide receiver screen to Amari Cooper.
Karloftis.
I'm using
nice
a
little
timeout
string.
there and getting out of that play. I mean, you've got, 10 guys in the box there, everybody pressed up, and you're going to run that little wide receiver screen? That's wild.
It's the 2-minute warning.
This is a pretty big play right here. Jesus. Look at the production of Chris Cody, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Cody maneuvering the room and the lights and everything to make drama be bigger than drama.
What are they warning us against? What's happening at 2 minutes that we need a warning?
I know. That's another thing I do away
Here
with
we
in my
go.
league. No more 2-minute warning. It's an artificial stoppage.
This is a 2-minute warning. Hey, Josh Allen, you're going to be remembered wrong forever. That's what the warning is.
Get out of here, Walter Payton, Man of the Year. Get out of here, 2-minute warning. We don't need that.
Thank you.
This, together with thousands of our friends, we're about to watch the biggest play of the NFL football season right now together. Together, we are about to enjoy something that will echo years from now when history is written and the winners get to write the history, and Josh Allen will either be 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes while putting up statistically better games in all of his postseason losses than he did in any of his regular season wins. And it all comes down to an inch about 10 minutes ago, and can you convert 4th and 4 against the Chiefs defense here? Because all of you are saying, right, if they don't convert this, you're not feeling very confident about the ability with 3 timeouts to keep the Chiefs from a first down, right?
No.
You're not feeling very good about the Bills' chances of being able to get the ball back after this play if they don't get the first down. Are you guys ready for an argument that rings around America about whether or not a penalty should have been called? Because that's where we're headed right here, whether someone should have been called for defensive holding or pass interference, because the referees are going to decide a game, and we're going to all yell tomorrow about whether or not the Chiefs are favored by the referees or not.
I think the Bills are going to get a call here. They're going to flip it right here.
Twist.
Something's going to happen. Bills are going to get 1st and goal.
Didn't see that one coming.
1st and goal. They're at the 50 right now. 1st and goal, you have them getting
50-yard pass right here on
Spot foul, Dan.
I thought they were a little. I'm not going to lie. I thought they were a little closer.
All three timeouts for Buffalo.
How you feeling about that? You're feeling this play is for the season, yes?
Yeah.
Maybe
right
one
now
more shot.
I am. I trust the Josh Allen run right here. Run play.
50 people in the box.
Oh no!
That's not
God.
good.
Oh my God!
He dropped it. Oh my
Kincaid
God.
hasn't had a catch all game. It was
Oh,
thrown
my
right
God.
to him. He just dropped it.
Flag!
There you go. What is it? Well, probably
After the
after the play. Yeah. Unsportsmanlike.
Chris Jones hugging Deion Dawkins as if the season's already over.
Yes,
That's how
seriously.
convinced they are that
hell?
Patrick Mahomes is going to be stopped with 3 timeouts. That was a great play by him.
That was a great call by Spags.
No, but watch what happens here. This is a ridiculous. Like, how does Kincaid not make this catch? He hasn't done anything all game.
Wow, look at how many people drop back,
Oh,
too.
you've got to be shitting me.
Whoa. How did Josh Allen even spot him with that kind of pressure that they dialed up?
Tight ends, huh? They can't catch.
That sucks.
Does Kincaid have a catch in the game?
Might have one. I know the flag graphic went up, but there was no flag.
It was just reflex. It's just like something happened. The Chiefs are in a dramatic moment. Here's a flag in case we have to call something.
One of the refs thought Kincaid caught it, and it was like, nope, here's a flag.
Look, this is a close game. We all know what has to happen here. There needs to be a flag. We'll discuss afterward what it should be about.
Oh, shit, he dropped it? Oh, yeah, pick that up.
Okay, we're fine. Pick that up. Pick that right up.
There's no flag for pass interference. Chiefs are good.
So what do you do here if you're Kansas City? You're still running the ball? Are you still running the ball? They're going to bootleg here with Patrick Mahomes. They're going to give him a run-pass option. Yeah, they're going to give him.
If I'm a defensive player, I'm selling out on Patrick Mahomes. I am hitting him. I don't care if he doesn't have the ball.
They're leaving the ball. The game.
I think they run it here. 3rd down, hill scramble.
I don't think it's leaving Mahomes' hands the rest of this the rest of this season.
RPO, Dan called it.
Oh, boy.
And it's over.
Well, it did leave his hand.
It did leave his hand.
God damn it. Why did we pick against Pat Mahomes?
Chiefs.
What the hell were we thinking?
I mean.
Did he run out of bounds?
No, he dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they called it out of bounds.
Good for Nick Wright.
He needed this
Good
one.
for Nick Wright.
What?
What do you mean good for Nick Wright?
Good for Nick Wright.
Glad he got a break.
Good for Nick Wright.
Football's been so tough for him.
LeBron's not doing too
All
great.
the guy does is win. Good for Nick Wright, please.
All right. You know what? You're right.
Thank you.
Panthers down 2-0 if anybody cares.
Man.
Most dangerous league in sports.
How do you guys feel about my father saying he was just rooting for the winner?
It's a win-win scenario.
He's a AFC
I like
guy.
the honesty.
He doesn't like Philly.
Never lose.
Yes, Papi, your thoughts here? Yes, you got the microphone. You wanted to say something. Your microphone's not on, Papi.
It's off,
You got
Papi.
to turn your microphone.
Turn it on, Papi.
We can't hear your microphone. You got to turn it on. You got to. Yeah, it's just the
Just
on
keep
switch.
twisting.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's the one that's been the on switch all night. Yeah, you can go ahead and talk.
No, all right, just
Nope.
you know what? At this point, fuck it.
That's it, Papi. It doesn't work. I don't know what to tell you, Gonzo.
Luckily, we're lip readers.
It's okay.
Whoa.
He's still talking.
He is still talking. Papi, you got to turn your microphone on. We'd be happy to hear whatever you have to say, but your microphone has
There
to
we
be
go,
on.
GQ. On. There we go.
Yep, just the same on spot that it's been all
Okay,
night.
everybody's happy. There are no losers in this type of a game. You know what I mean?
That's not true at all, Papi. That's not in any way true.
That's right.
No, it's not right. It's not in. Look at Kincaid. Like,
Oh, game of inches. Game of inches.
Like can't.
So right.
you gotta be kidding me, Kincaid. That was such a good play by Josh Allen. How is that not the Mark Andrews thing all over again? Josh Allen's going to be remembered for not making a play there because Kincaid is his tight end. Oh,
That was a tough catch. I mean, it wasn't easy.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got to make that catch.
Gotta want to learn. Gotta want to earn.
How much time is left? There's still time on the clock. Come on, let's go.
That's right.
Couldn't
Papi.
figure out that off button.
That's right, Papi.
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. They've got
No.
the ball. No.
Okay,
no,
okay.
no. One more timeout. That's it. So now we got what? Josh Allen's going to have a minute. He's not even going to have a minute.
If they give him 13 seconds.
It's
That's poetic.
Is everybody doing clock math? Is that why everybody's so
It's
quiet
gonna
right
be maybe
now?
like 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Give
a
or
lot
take.
more time than I thought they were going to get.
He's going to have some time to get him in field goal range. He will have time there because Kansas City's not going to. They're not going to throw the ball here. It's not going to be run pass option. It's just going to be.
Or also, they're probably going to kick the field goal.
Yeah, I would think so.
It would be a 53-yarder, though. No.
This is
Jay
interesting.
Jay Feely's
here.
still doing it, huh?
Yeah. It depends on how many yards they get here as to whether or not they.
This is all going to be
Trying to make it a
Patrick.
six-point
This will be
spread.
Mahomes rollout, right? Is all this is going to be.
You're not calling plays, you're calling players.
Oh my
God.
Badass.
That's it.
They just have a play for everything. Winners are so boring. It drives me up a wall.
Damn it. Poor guy, man.
Two up a wall references from Izzy.
Poor town.
How do you not cover the running back there? That's just amazing.
I will never understand how it is that in these situations people are so afraid of what it is that happens deep that anyone can get 10 yards because you're not guarding.
That play was a work of art.
It's a great play call, but why are you rushing 4?
Play was a
Like,
work
just
of art.
rush 3 and keep an extra man in coverage there for that exact situation. You're not going to sack him.
There's so many things you have to worry about, too. Them getting 4 yards on a rush. And it's just.
It was 3rd and 9.
God,
it's
genius.
It's 3rd and 9.
Oh, this is sad. This shot of.
Anticlimactic
Josh Allen.
ending.
4 times in a row
Thi-
against Mahomes in the playoffs.
Look at us. We are the face of America right
Sad.
now. That's right.
Poor Christine Lisi.
That is how we punctuate everything.
Sad.
Poor Juju Gotti.
We bid you a good night.
He's got the Eagles.
We are done here.
Punt.
Papi,
That was the highlight of the night.
Papi gets to be a big winner today because he was just rooting for the winner.
Let's go,
We
Wiener.
won.
Yeah.
Poppy won.
Papi,
Loser.
congratulations, Papi. We appreciate you spending this time with us and enjoying just celebrating sports by rooting for the winner.
Well, I tell you one thing: the appetizers, they were excellent. So next
right.
time around, you can call me. I'll be right here.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.